You have food. Good evening and welcome to the Sports Insanity Network presents the live stream of Danny Boy Reginald, Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy, and me, Mark Old Ops Guy Halpern, here for the Mets playoff game against the San Diego Padres. Boys, how we doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I am good. I am primed. I am prepped. Danny Boy, how you doing?
Good to be back into the SIN full a little bit. What a way to come back in a live stream of what so far has been a fantastic first day of MLB postseason. I just have to say, it has been great. I am sporting the bandwagon today because the Yankees, Bill, we're excited. We have first round bye, so we don't have to worry about the Yankees. But what way to piss off Met fans by wearing the bandwagon today?
And this.
That's okay. Look, the Yankees earned their spot. Absolutely. You know that. Yep. The Mets, look, 101 wins and still not capture the NL East.
That's insane.
Statement in and of itself.
Well, here's the thing, and I completely understand. Win the division, you get a lot of benefits. To me, it should be seeded according to record. Division can guarantee you a playoff spot, but it's not going to guarantee that you're going to be a 3 seed like the Cardinals are. Like I just think that's a little ridiculous. I feel horrible for Mets fans that they have to face the Padres. They should be facing the Phillies right now. But that's just my opinion. And
right.
In the words of Howard Cosell, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets team and the Mets organization and family is like a big cookie. Warm, shareable, maybe a few nuts thrown in. You know, that is what we're going to see. We're going to see a team that has done it all this season, from small ball to the long ball. We're also going to be looking at the San Diego Padres. That is no slouch of a team by any means. Yes, They are missing their prime number one superstar in Fernando Tatis, but he, as we have said, sowed his own oats, so to speak, and he will have to live with that. But he's not the only star on the Padres. You got the likes of Machado, Cronenworth. I mean, that's just a name, too. I mean, the team has talent. Jurickson Profar, who's had a great season after having the bad seasons in Texas. It's a great wild card playoff matchup.
It really is. You got Scherzer on the mound for the Mets.
Right.
And, you know, his season's been a little here and there, but I think he could have a good game tonight.
Oh, no, his season's been great. He's just been injured.
That's what I've been trying to say.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. When you saw Max Scherzer in the beginning of the season, when I believe it was the oblique that got him, when you see Max Scherzer do like this, saying, I'm done, you knew something was wrong. And not just once, but twice he landed on the IL with injury. But you got the best. It's hard to say that they are the best 1-2 punch in baseball. They are certainly top two. This pitching is going to be what wins it for the Mets, because San Diego is capable of putting up 5-6 runs a game. Could you imagine the San Diego Padres if Fernando Tatis doesn't injure his wrist on the motorcycle and doesn't do the PEDs because of it? What could we be looking at San Diego as a much higher spot than where they were?
It
Maybe.
depends. I don't know.
I mean, when it's hard when you have. Let's take the Yankees. Let's use the Yankees. And no crying here, Bill. I'm not. This isn't actual happen. Aaron Judge breaks his leg right after the All-Star break. How do the Yankees rally around that?
That's a good point. Well, you got Rizzo. You got Glaber, who's been, Glaber. And, you can rally around that. But I don't know how they would do it without Judge. And all I can say is, Mark, thank God that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, considering you guys are both Yankee fans, it's easier to use the Yankee analogy to get it, because it's hard using a team you don't focus on much. Dan, if Aaron Judge broke his leg, how would the Yankees rally around that?
They wouldn't. Period. Judge is the best player on that team right now.
Oh, he is.
So there was no way they were going to recover from that. They probably would miss the postseason. Maybe a wild card. That's how much they would have dropped.
Judge is an asset to that team.
Huge asset. So
yeah. Speaking on the terms of what Bill just said, is a huge asset to the team. The moment they are done, whether it's wild card round, division round, championship, well, it's not wild card round, sorry, division round, championship round, or the World Series, even if they win the World Series, Aaron Judge is a free agent. No matter what, right now, Aaron Judge is a free agent. If they win the series, does he become humble enough and stay at New York at any cost?
I think they should just sign him right now, in all honesty. You hit 62 home runs. You're going to win MVP. Just sign him right now, Brian Cashman, if you're watching this, and I know you are.
So it's a very big problem. Now, I had posted a picture to Bill and Dan just because it's me.
And he likes to get under our
I don't
skin.
believe that, but okay. I pictured a picture of Aaron Judge in a Mets uniform. Mind you, that was just more or less just me being me. I congratulated Aaron Judge. I think what he did was great. Don't get me wrong. But it's more than possible that Aaron Judge could land.
Oh, I'm not saying it can't happen. Rival. I'm not saying it can't happen. It could happen.
It's one of the things that can happen, and I expect the Mets to go after him for sure.
And you know what? Like I've been saying this, and God, how come I feel like I've been saying this a million times? Oh, wait, because I have. Cashman and Steinbrenner, get your freaking checkbook out already and say, Aaron, name your price.
Now, I don't disagree with Bill at all. I mean, trying to lock him up would be great. But do you think that would put too much of a distraction on him for the playoffs?
That is a very fair point. But, Judge wants to stay in New York, hopefully in pinstripes.
Yeah.
Navy blue pinstripes.
But, I mean, it's a legitimate fear that if it's me and Pete Alonso's in his contract year, and all of a sudden they start bringing up contract, I think that would distract from what the playoffs do to him.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have damn it. That was one of my Halpern trivia questions, and I just posted it on the goddamn TV.
What was it?
It's who had the highest OPS between these five players at Citi Field this year, and they just posted it on TV.
Juan Soto?
Yeah. So I was like, that was going to be one of my. Okay, a little fun Halpern trivia one.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
But by the way, before you say anything, Jurickson Profar is at first base with a single.
Yes, right off Scherzer in the beginning, which doesn't make me happy. But as I said, Profar is someone I singled out this season.
Hey, that stadium's rocking tonight.
Yep.
All right, go on. What was your fun house?
Okay. So in the movie Men in Black,
Mm.
When the spaceship is flying over Shea Stadium, what Mets player drops the ball because he's looking at the spaceship instead of the ball?
Is it Piazza?
No. Danny boy.
Is it Franco? Ooh, nice pitch.
No, it was Bernard Gilkey.
Oh, Christ.
I'm gonna have it's mostly gonna be Mets.
He must
San
be in a
Diego,
bad
but I
mood
gotta
if he's
throw
asking
some
us movie
fun
trivia.
ones in there.
I know.
Throw some fun ones.
We always have fun here, so
Okay, another fun Halpern trivia. This Hall of Fame pitcher got his start with the Mets, but continued on to play for the Angels, the Astros. Who is that pitcher?
Angels, Astros. Nolan Ryan.
That is correct.
oh, Nolan Ryan was a Met.
Yes, he was.
Mhm.
Nolan Ryan started with the New York Mets, pitched with Jerry Kuzman and Tom Seaver, and then journeyed his way around the league to become not only holding more records that are never going to be touched, but pretty much it solidified him as one of the top 3 pitchers of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
So we're going to be having some fun Halpern trivia like that throughout the season. Dan earns 10 points. Dan is currently in second place, trailing Patchman by 45 points.
Well, I gotta make it some ground, so hopefully
Yeah, but Dan has been absent, so in Dan's defense.
yeah, happens. I got
Yep.
other things to worry about.
Exactly. But let's see, what can we do? Let's see. So currently, Scherzer has, shaken off that first hit and has gotten one out, and we're on the move here.
By the way, nice strikeout pitch there by Scherzer. He
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
made Soto look like a fool there. So
Yeah. And that's the one credit for the Mets pitchers is they face Soto. It's not like facing. Oh, please, God, don't swing like that again. He was under that.
yeah,
He hits that square that's landing in the upper deck.
It was late and he was under it. So
Sorry. This San Diego team is loaded with hitters.
yes. But ever since the trade deadline, they haven't been very good.
No.
Now in the last couple of weeks, they started picking it up. Hader started picking up in the bullpen, which is a need because he really fell off. And he was not the same pitcher that he was in Milwaukee. So that's been a struggle. Right now, Josh Bell is up. He's struggled. Soto started picking it up late on the season, though he has not been the same since leaving Washington. So the Padres have some questions here, but they were able to squeak by and make it to the playoffs. They won the games that they needed to win, able to secure their spot. So they're right now, they're pretty comfy.
Now, speaking of the player, Dan, Josh Bell was having some season with the Nationals. We all knew he was going to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
I am so surprised by his fall off from going to San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, Nationals fans, honestly, I'm going to be real. After watching everything, what's going on? Timeout. Whoa. After watching everything unfold after the trade deadline, I think the Nationals should be in good position to start growing. And if you're a Nationals fan, you are very excited.
And we credit that towards our president, Patchman Lang, who is the big Nationals fan. Dan is is wearing probably the gear because where is Dan right now? Dan is in DC. Yeah. So Dan is repping the home team, even though they're not in the playoffs. That's fine. That's fine. We're not going to get Dan to put on a Mets shirt and a jersey. I mean,
oh boy,
no, that's not going to happen.
Or worse, me.
Ooh, nice pitch.
It was in the zone.
Yep, nice pitch. But just like when the Yankees start, we'll probably go live for one of them. I'm not going to wear Yankees garb, but I'll be there. It's still baseball.
It is.
And it'll become a good question who the Yankees are going to face off against. I mean, popped up.
I would rather face Cleveland in all honesty.
On cue, we're talking about how Bell
damn it.
has stunk. We're talking about how Bell has stunk. That's a big shot there. 2-run shot by Josh Bell. Padres are on the board.
Damn it.
Early 2-0 lead.
I felt like Major League there. Oh, no. Too high. Who gives a shit? It's gone. Josh Bell. I mean, look, it was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone.
It was up in the zone.
Josh Bell spanked that like there's no words.
I've always loved his ability to go the opposite way. Like, he is very good at that. So, always a threat. So, the Padres have an early lead. Not what you want if you're a Met fan. And, Scherzer, he's been iffy ever since his injury. So, let's see how they can bounce back. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is a devastating start. And the one thing I think not only all Mets fans, I mean, mind you, the electricity was taken out of that stadium right now. However, it's the first inning. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Good thing is Scherzer is such a professional and such a veteran that he can shake it off and know, hey, he got me. It's time to move on. Let's go. Let's keep going. That is me making up the best excuse I can without screaming and cursing right now.
And waking up the wife and kids.
No, the wife is next to me. The kids are on the floor watching the game. They're here. They're here. Daddy made that as part of the rule for ordering in dinner.
Ooh.
That you guys all had to watch the game?
Yeah, for them to stay up later to watch the game and to have order in from the pub. They had to sit and watch the game. They'll go to bed on time. They're good kids.
What you eating there?
Well, the old ops guy went with pub food tonight because, this is baseball. And we got some fried pickles with some jalapeno mixed in.
Ooh.
And we got a double cheeseburger with tater tots. If Dr. Catanese is watching, pay no attention. I am taking the Lipitor. Don't worry. It's okay. We're good.
The cardiologist.
All right. Now Max Scherzer has gotten out of the inning. He is going to go punch something, and then we'll be back for the Mets starting lineup, which will lead off with Brandon Nimmo. The Nimmo. He is going to he deserves a big contract if any player. He had some season. He's in line for the Gold Glove in center field. I'm excited for that. I would love to see Nimmo win that. Now, let's do another fun Halpern trivia.
Ooh.
This San Diego Padre not only started his career, but ended with it and was considered one of the best hitters in the league ever.
Was it
Bill.
Dave Winfield?
I'm sorry, Bill. Go again. I'm sorry.
Dave Winfield?
No, but good guess.
Okay.
Danny boy.
Good guess.
Was it Tony Gwynn?
It was Tony Gwynn.
How could I forget
Danny
about
boy,
Tony
Red
Gwynn?
Bull 2 for 2 tonight. On fire and gets the clap from Charlotte. You can congratulate Danny. Yeah.
Aw.
And Troy. You get the Troy clap.
Oh,
Tony
Tony
Gwynn, one of the best hitters ever to play the game. And also, I thought could actually have done the over 400 batting average. He was one of the few. Him, Larry Walker were the only few I ever thought could do it again. Dan is on fire tonight, making a run at President Patchy. Let's see. Ooh, name me two other teams who Buck Showalter managed. Bill.
The Yankees and the Diamondbacks.
Very good. Bill in for points. Good job, Bill.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the Mets going with their standard lineup: Nimmo, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso, the new Big Poppy or the new Big Panda Bear, Daniel Vogelback. And then we'll see McNeil, McCann. Do not expect to see Alvarez behind the plate. I expect Alvarez to be used more as the right-hand DH, but he is on the roster in case something does happen to the Mets pitching, the Mets catcher.
I don't know about that pitch.
That was low.
Nimmo took a little pitch. They call it a strike.
Yeah. Now, Brendan Nimmo's numbers are not the greatest in the world. They're not power numbers, but for your leadoff hitter to go 276, 16 home runs, 60 RBIs, I'm very happy with that.
And he's a true leadoff guy, too.
Exactly.
Which is
he gets on base a lot.
Yeah, Yankees don't have that. I mean, well, technically, Judge has been the leadoff guy, and Judge can get on base. Analytics, of course, I know. He's not really. He's a power hitter. Nimmo is a true leadoff person. He can get on base walking. He can get on base hitting. He's a threat to steal. All that stuff.
There's two things I also love about Nimmo that have nothing to do with his play in the field or his swing at the plate. One, if the man walks, he doesn't walk down, doesn't trot down. He runs down to that base. And two, he's got one of the most greatest smiles in all of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the guy shows off the pearly whites all the time. He's always happy. He's always happy. Up to bat, Francisco Lindor, who had one of the greatest seasons he's had since being in Cleveland.
He has
over 20 home runs, 104 RBIs. 26 home runs, and he batted 270 on the year. Much better than what last year was.
Yeah, and for right now, totally worked the contract that he signed with the Mets.
Yes. I mean, it's hard to say anybody's worth $314 million.
That hit him?
But that hit him? Okay, we'll take it.
But right now
did not hit him.
It's living up to the contract. So he played very well this year. Very, very well.
Oh, come on. He's pointing. It touched my shoelace. It's
fine.
Come on.
That's whatever.
Whatever. To me, I don't think it hit him, but as the Mets fan, I'll take it. It's a man on base. Now he's got a swipe.
It definitely ricocheted off of something, but come on.
Yes. We saw it bounce, but
oh, there he goes.
Safe.
Stay on.
Big steal.
He wasted no time with that.
No, he was off. He was ready to go from the first pitch. Look at him go.
Jarvis, he had no chance. He didn't even throw a pitch. The ball didn't even leave his arm.
The way down before that ball was even on its way down. He had some jump.
All right, McNeil.
Let's go, Jeff. Again, congratulations to Jeff McNeil on the batting championship this year. Beat Freddie Freeman by 0.02. 327 to 325 on the season.
Oh, skin of his teeth, man.
Yeah.
And McNeil, he was not in the lead for the batting champion for the batting title that long. Freeman had it in the bag, but McNeil had such had such a great second half. So
He has been. Last year was an injury plagued season for Jeff McNeil. This year, this is like, as Mike and I were talking about all throughout the year, this is return to form.
yes,
He's not a guy you need to hit 30, 40 home runs.
no,
You need him to do what he does best and put contact on the ball,
yeah,
put the ball in play.
yeah. As long as McNeil can do that, that's all it is. And then he's playing his natural positions too on the field. So you're not moving him around. By the way, good job, Steve Cohen, for doing that.
Through the will ponds.
Here, I will do this later.
It's a complete Mets team, and McNeil has certainly lived up to that.
He's gonna hold him. He's gonna hold him.
Which
That
is
was-
fine. You respect the arm. You gotta
Yeah,
respect that
and
arm.
that was smoked into right field, and because that ball was as hard as hit, there was no chance for Francisco Lindor to make a run for home there.
Yeah.
I mean, watch how fast that ball got to the outfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just look at Soto's throw. Not only is it strong, he has a beautiful throw.
And
Some of the
so
best
now,
I've ever seen.
runners on the corner for
Mhm.
the polar bear.
Yeah, he needs to come up big in the playoffs.
Yes, he does. And
Oh,
shit!
oh my God!
I'm sorry. I
snap.
thought the way
That
that
was
ball.
bad. Hey, look at that! They caught a ball. They caught a ball.
Oh, I thought it was gone.
Oh, you'd fall off the bed, wouldn't you?
Oh, I thought it was gone, but then I saw it tailing
That was a hard hit ball. So
Yeah.
if that stayed fair,
Oh.
know it was gone, man. Like,
Oh my God. That's why I got excited, but it started to tail, and I'm like, damn it. Oh,
my God.
come on, Pete.
Oh, he tried to do it again. He tried to do it again.
Yep.
Yeah, Darvish is testing him.
Yep.
What are you
And
thinking? Change up, slider.
slider low and outside.
Yeah.
Go low and away. See if he'll fish.
We still gonna have part 2 of that debate when the postseason runs in for both teams. For the Yankees
We
and
sure
Mets?
are, Bill.
Did you watch my Judge 62? I'm like, if you want to concede,
Bill, I never concede. Even if I'm losing in Madden by 50 points, I don't concede. Because there's always a chance to come back, even if there's 3 seconds on the board.
no, there really isn't. If there's 3 seconds on the board, you're down by.
The positive thing right now is the Mets are getting to Darvish. And they're getting to him early. Mind you, no runs on the board, but they're hitting him.
Ah,
He throws him. He threw a dead fastball right down the center. Come on. Even all of us were saying for a curve, a slider, he was not expecting a fastball.
That
And let me tell you,
yeah,
look at that pitch.
As
Back
beauty,
down the
beauty.
center.
It's a beauty.
as we
Others-
go to the second, it is Padres 2, Mets
No,
0.
Bill, they're still up.
Bill,
Vogelbach
Vogelbach hasn't struck out yet.
Vogelbach's up.
Oh, doink! I
Ding
apologize for
Bill.
that.
He'll get the ding.
Ding,
Ding.
ding, dong.
Here we go. Come on, Danny.
Danny, not this one.
I know Daniel Vogelbach is up. I know. Hold up a second.
The new Big Poppy, as I call him.
Why do you go on the new Big Poppy?
Because he's big. He keeps on saying, I'm your daddy, so he's Big Poppy. The hell are you guys standing and watching? Swing the bat. See, Troy even said swing the bat. So all three games are being played at Citi Field. So the one thing the Mets have
This
in
home field
there is the home field. It's the home field court, and that's gonna,
Game 2 tomorrow or Sunday?
tomorrow and Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, and then obviously, well, it's a 3-game series. I'm hoping we lock it up after tomorrow night. Win both games, but try. But I'm not. I'm not going to pressure them to win the first 2 games. To do it would be great, but
Oh,
damn it! I knew it was going to fall short. I knew it wasn't out. I was trying to push the ball out of the park.
And
So
now we go into
now,
the
Bill,
second.
you may say your line.
Now going into the second, it's Padres 2, Mets 0.
So Danny boy, where'd you get from tonight?
so I ordered from the good old Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, that's right. You said that. You told me.
Cheesecake Factory was good.
They have
You're
these,
lucky. You at least have a cheesecake factory around you that can deliver.
yeah, they have these cheeseburger spring rolls.
Oh, they are to die for.
Melt in your mouth. I can't wait to eat them. And then they also were nice enough to give me some bread.
There you go. Did you get a slice of cheesecake?
Did you get a piece of cheesecake, Dan?
See,
No cheesecake?
That's always the
No
funny thing.
cheesecake, unfortunately.
If you
But
if
that's
you get
okay.
another cheesecake factory, you expect everyone to get cheesecake.
Yeah,
It's like going to Buffalo Wild Wings and not
I
getting
don't-
wings.
I don't need cheesecake, Mark. I got some pumpkin pie.
Ooh, okay.
And
And look at Dan. Dan's that.
I have some pecan pie.
Oh,
Oh.
Dan's got 2 pies. Oh wait,
So if the zombie apocalypse happens, we'll go to Dan's house.
And ice cream's in the fridge.
oh, you gotta have ice cream on the side of pie.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of pies that go with ice cream, especially apples being the biggest.
Apple, absolutely.
Apple being the biggest, the true pie of America is apple pie.
Mm.
Like
Now,
baseball.
other people might disagree with me. But while the Met Direct commercials, it's always good to talk about different things than sports.
It really is.
So we talk food a little bit. It's okay. But Dan did bring up something earlier today that happened. We had a couple other wild card games played today. The first one we're going to talk about was the game between the Phillies and the Cardinals. What an outcome that I did not expect. The Phillies end up beating the Cardinals 2-1. The Phillies
Who
Take
you guys
down-
want to be playing right now?
take down the Cardinals. Now, does it mean the Cardinals are done? No, but nobody expected the Phillies to do that.
Well,
Right.
in the fashion, yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah, it was very shocking. We also had the Mariners play today,
Mhm.
and the Mariners won 4-0 today. I did not have the Mariners taking that game either. Thoughts on that game, Danny boy?
Cal Raleigh, who has been superb for them of late. Nice way to start the series for Seattle. But the big thing, and I'm gonna kill the Yankees for it. Luis Castillo. Can we mess up his arm or something? Because
Amen.
that man is dangerous.
And all throughout the season, we knew when the trade deadline was coming, we knew where the Reds were going to be sitting. We were talking about all possibilities on where certain Reds players go, and the most common name was Luis Castillo, who was pretty much their prime, draft pick who they brought up, and ground ball out. It was a matter of where he was going to go. There were a lot of teams involved. Yankees, as Dan was saying, the Mets, obviously Seattle, where he ended up, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, all were, but when it all came down to it, Seattle offered the best deal.
Yeah.
So, and he has been nothing but spectacular for Seattle since he's gotten. Now, why is Dan nervous? Because Dan knows the history of the Yankees in Seattle during the playoffs. And the last thing they need is a new superstar who Dan needs to have acid indigestion over.
Yes, me too.
I wasn't excluding you, Bill. I was just, because Dan brought up Luis Castillo. Bill, of course, wanted Luis Castillo to be a Yankee. But you also have to look at what certain teams had done already. A lot of teams had already depleted their farm system, the Yankees being last season, and they weren't going to be giving up Jason Dominguez or Oswaldo Peraza and Cabrera in any deal. We knew that.
Or Volpe.
Right. And the question was, who could the Yankees have even given? There wasn't a lot in the Yankees farm system to do.
No, it was going to be a tough trade to make, but that's why you negotiate.
Yeah, and Dan 100% right. The Mets wanted him, but the ask for the Mets was way too much. They wanted one of the top three, being Vientos, Beatty, or Alvarez, and that was not going to happen. So the Mets passed on him. Seattle didn't trade the farm away, but Seattle just gave a good package that would compensate. They also have a couple years control on him, which is going to help.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Castillo re-up? He's signed in the contract.
I don't know if he's re-signed. I didn't see it, but it's possible. I just don't want to say yes, he has, and I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Luis Castillo is a future star in this league. The kid is just lights out.
Yeah.
And I had said last night, you don't poke the bear. And I had said that to a couple of things. By hitting that 2-run home run, they have pissed off Max Scherzer right now. Max Scherzer has just been throwing BBs right now, and the Padres players.
Oh no!
For that home run that just.
Are you sure about
I gotta
that, Mark?
stop talking.
Are you sure about that, Mark?
Mother.
Don't say that.
I'm not.
No. What did she say? Don't say what?
I held the word in that I wanted to say.
Because I would be on the phone with Nana.
Yes, I know. You would tell Nana. Somebody go get me my bottle of scotch.
You gotta keep it in line here, Charlotte. You gotta keep
Oh, man. Look. Again, it's Max Scherzer. You know what he's going to throw. A fastball hit with any bat, the ball's going to carry.
Yeah.
Timing, Max Scherzer is not easy. The Padre players so far, what a play by Escobar.
So, what scotch you drinking tonight, Mark?
I'm awake and my kids are still up, so not yet. Game isn't over yet. It's only 3-0. Yeah, I know.
Not old granddad's, is it?
No. If anything is going to be drank tonight, it'll be my friend Johnny Walker. Not for you, Troy. You don't get any Johnny Walker. Scotch.
So,
In any case, that was a home run by Grisham.
Yep. And it's another one of the things about these San Diego players. Now, I had to look all this up before we're going live. Is they're a very, very good fastball hitting team. And you can look at that. You look at all the players who've hit. All of them have good contact and timing. Max Scherzer, yes, has other pitchers. His slider, curveball, changeup. But his go-to pitch, what he is known for, is that lights out fastball. You time it right, it's gonna fly.
Mhm.
I mean, let's take a Yankee starter, Garrett Cole, at the beginning of the season. His fastball was being crushed. So he started mixing it up a lot more and fared a little bit better. I still think he's got a big mouth, but whatever. Still, is Garrett Cole worth $30 million a year the way he's been pitching? I would say upwards in the high 20s.
And he just broke Guidry's record, so
Yeah, but records are meant to be broken. We're not going to reward him on that.
Sorry.
I'm not doing that to be mean, Bill. I mean, it's an accomplishment nonetheless.
I need Cole to act like an ace in the playoffs. Bottom line.
you're not wrong.
If he can't come up big in the playoffs, then it's a disastrous deal.
Right. And the
Because
Yankees signed.
we have him for these moments.
Right. That's why the Yankees signed him. This is why the Mets signed Max Scherzer. You know, both teams were capable of making it to the playoffs. But in recent years, we've seen not only the Yankees lose in early rounds, we've seen the Mets get knocked out. So having stability and consistency is a very big thing in baseball. You know, as Patchman has said, you can have the best lineup in baseball, put up 10 runs, but if you have the worst pitching staff in baseball, 11 runs will beat you.
Exactly.
So
Patchman is not wrong. He's wrong on a few other things, but he's not wrong on that.
well, he'll be right that the Giants get spanked this Sunday in London.
Yeah, I'll be watching that game at 6:30 in the morning because I'll be in Vegas.
Bill,
Yeah.
what time does the game air originally in London?
It would
It's coming in here. Is it 8:30 start?
9:30 here.
Okay, so 9:30 here. So okay, I thought you were gonna be okay. There we go. Back ahead. There we go. That's on base. No, sorry. So Bill is right. 6:30 in the morning. Bill will be waking up, heading down to the sports book to get a coffee and watch the Giants lose.
Just make the game competitive. What was that?
The Mets are going to win.
We'll see. We'll see.
You heard it right here from the words.
All right, Charlotte says it.
Charlotte says the Mets are gonna win.
All right, Charlotte. Let's see what happens.
So if just so you're knowing, Starling Marte has made his return to the Mets lineup and at its first at bat hits a ground ball into the outfield, and he is now on first. Another amazing base stealer. So I expect at least 4 throwovers before a regular pitch. Now, an interesting note picked up here about Yu Darvish. His play on keeping runners on base is not his strong point. It's not his strong point. So stealing bases on Darvish is possible. Mariners we talked about, just making sure. Not to take anything away from Yu Darvish, though. He's a very accomplished pitcher. As he comes from the Cubs. I think everybody has come from the Cubs this season. As they've cleaned house pretty much.
Oh, no offense to the great city of Chicago.
No. Big offense to the state of Illinois, but to have not only the Cubs, the White Sox miss the playoffs, but now the Bears are in no chance of making the playoffs. There you go. Oh, he's got that stolen easily. Stolen base by Starling Marte.
Well, I will say the Bears didn't play terrible on Sunday against the Giants.
No.
I'll say that.
No. Look, Bill, I'm gonna say it because I can, because I'm the Cowboys fan in this group. The Giants are the same thing as the Carolina Panthers of last year.
Let me guess. Start off good and then they crap the bed.
You got it.
Oh yeah. By the way, my dad told me to tell you this. When was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl? Words from Papa Murph. Some guy named Troy,
1995.
some guy named Troy was quarterback.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be quarterback of the Cowboys in about 18 years.
What
Are you kidding me? I'm going to get him to be Troy's going to be a quarterback.
Okay. You said I
It's okay. No, as we watch and we see how this game is going to play out. Now Bill is back. He had turned off his camera for a second. Welcome back, Bill.
Thank you. It was a fun
You're
second.
welcome. Just as another note about the Phillies game, it was a 6-3 game, but the person of Mike Rifkin's fan, Yadier Molina, struck out in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded to end the game. I'm sorry. He's the one player who I didn't want to hear any bad press about. I love Yadi. He is one of the best catchers to ever play in baseball. I mean, I have my favorites. I'm a little partial to Ivan Rodriguez. I love watching Pudge play. But Yu Darvish now up to 23 pitches with a runner on second and a 2-2 count to Mark Can Ha, as we call him.
I just want to say, random thought here. That place is City Field is rocking tonight.
City Field is not only sold out, they have screens in the parking lot.
No.
Yes, City Field is sold out for the 3-game series, which is not a surprise. It's the playoffs. I mean, throughout the season, I think best attendance throughout the season was held by. Hold on, I had it written down. Hold on. Best attendance. I will have to relook that up. I thought I had that written down. Fallen. Not into his glove.
Man, you said fall in.
The Mets have had a very good attendance all year. They haven't had the best overall. I can tell you who had the worst overall attendance. That would be the Oakland A's of Anaheim, California, who not only had their minor league club draw more players than them, the Hudson Valley Renegades drawed more fans than an Oakland A's game this year.
I heard
and this was even before Jason Dominguez.
The Oakland A's minor league team, I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, had more attendance than the actual Oakland A's this year.
Yeah. The Oakland organization, we've all talked about. We've gotten an inside look through the view of the movie Moneyball, which is really all fact. I mean, I'm sure there's a little exaggeration here and there.
I'm sure they took some artistic liberties.
But the Oakland A's are one of, I mean, when you're talking a $30 million payroll, it doesn't sound poor. But in baseball terminology, that's a poor club. When your average team is fielding closer around $90 to $100 million a team. Teams throughout the league that have the highest payroll, one of them we're looking at right now is the New York Mets, the Yankees, who have won their division, the Houston Astros, who won their division and greatly so, obviously the Dodgers. So, I mean, the teams that have the highest attendance, at least, are all in the playoffs. Could you imagine the Oakland A's having some year and make the playoffs and have the attendance they have?
It'd be like with the current attendance, Mark, this is how the game would be. You ready? And the crowd goes mild. Yay.
Yeah. you're not wrong, Bill.
No offense to the great city of Oakland. I'm sure you're all lovely folks. I've never been to Oakland, so.
I've never. Go ahead, Dan. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Even the crowd we saw after Vogt hit that home run. I don't know if you saw his final at bat. He hit a home run.
Yes.
I want that crowd in Oakland, but they're not giving that.
And you can't talk about tickets being over expensive because they lower ticket prices.
Yeah.
To try to attract fans. The problem, look, we saw what happened with the Oakland LA Raiders. They are now the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're drawing one heck of a crowd, even though they're 1-3. They're drawing a great crowd.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Vegas is an overrated. By the way, that's where the A's AAA affiliate is in Las Vegas. So, but yeah, I mean, Vegas is a bit of an overrated crowd. He's still third. Nice
steal by Marte.
They're an overrated crowd,
third.
but at least they attend games. They attend hockey events. They attend basketball events. Football is outstanding. Soccer's been outstanding.
Look at what Vegas brings. I mean, yes, you got the term in itself, Vegas. All the casinos. People are there not only to gamble, not only to get away, but they're there for excitement and entertainment. What's more entertaining than going to see a baseball game or going to see a football game?
And I'll be doing that tomorrow in Vegas. I'm going to the Notre Dame BYU game there.
Bill's going to be at Notre Dame BYU. Bill, will we see you live?
I'll wave to you, okay? Hi, old ops. Hey, Dad.
Bill, we want pictures and we want some recorded things about what's going on.
Okay, I'll do my best to try to take some video.
Yeah, and do a little. I'm not saying you have to do hours. Do like a 5-minute video showing off the place and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all.
Did you want me waving to you on camera? Hi guys, I'm here.
Bill, it'll be very hard for me to pick out you.
There's gonna be a lot of people there.
There's gonna be over.
I would say just look for the guy in the blue
there.
Notre Dame shirt, but that narrows it down.
Oh yeah, that'll narrow
50% because other will be in green and gray.
Here's the phone call from Bill from the stadium. Mark, I'm in blue. Do you see me?
I'm the idiot who's wailing his hands.
You're not an idiot.
Thank you, Charlotte.
That was
Thank
nice.
you, Charlotte. Thank you, Charlotte.
So 2 outs currently. Mets have a runner at third.
Yeah.
And we're holding our breath a little bit.
Thomas,
and that's why. Get into the
Also, I'm also sitting next to some mysterious woman I may or may not have just got married to by Elvis.
Bill, you pull that off?
Yeah.
I'll play the lotto.
No, because I've been joking. I was joking around with with a priest friend of mine. I said, Father, I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks, so in case something happens, I might need you to sign the annulment.
So Scherzer's there getting a little pep talk from everybody. He is amped up and angry.
Angry?
Yes, he's given up 3 runs. It's un-Scherzer-like. Nah, it's not. It's not long enough.
It's a good ride. It was good wood.
Yeah.
Over there,
but it's Tomas Nido. That's why I knew it wasn't out.
Yeah. So
it was a good poke.
It's caught.
Despite 2 stolen bases by Starling Marte, Darvish gets out of it again, and Scherzer's back out there. Does Scherzer ever give up 2 home runs in a playoff game?
I never seen Scherzer give up 2 home runs in a single game.
Like,
doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It's just something I've never.
It's just stunning. That's why.
Well, if you look at the way the first round of the playoffs has started, the underdogs have been winning.
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Seattle. It's hard to call Seattle an underdog after the way they played all year.
I was never sold on the Blue Jays. I've always been a Seattle guy through and through. So
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
yeah, I mean, the Blue Jays, I mean, even from the beginning of the season, was one of the 5 teams we were talking about who had World Series possibilities.
Right.
When the pitching staff wasn't A+, but it was a solid round. I mean, Alex Manoah had some great year. Yasiel Kikuchi really should just go back to another league because he can truly not pitch in the United States. But look at that lineup. Guerrero, Biggio, Bichette. I mean, is there a non-star at any position?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, they were able to get a home advantage for the wild card series. So there's that, but like, you know, they had to fire their manager mid-season.
And
It was pretty rough for the Blue Jays.
right, and with all that happening, they still made the playoffs, and that's beyond. I mean, I hate to use the word admirable, but I mean that was above. That was the expectations, was for them to make the playoffs. Now, there was a third game played earlier today between the Cleveland Guardians and the Tampa Bay Rays. Everyone that I know who watches baseball knows that if Tampa Bay makes the playoffs, they are a scary team.
This is why I'm praying for Cleveland right now. I want Cleveland.
Cleveland won the first game 2-1 on a home run by Jose Ramirez. But the Toronto Bats were shut down. And that is a very, very foul ball. Wow. Upper deck in the right field. That's Charlotte. This is the point of a live podcast. You talk. And now if you don't talk, watch. Bill and I are going to be quiet for a few moments. And as Mommy said from the other room, boring. If you're listening to a podcast, honey, you want to hear talk. You want to
podcast 101.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ever run that to the garbage for me, please?
You talk too much that you missed stuff.
Yeah, I talk too much that I miss stuff.
You talk too much about what did she say?
She said, because you talk too much, you miss stuff on the TV. So I pause when I need to.
And got him.
Yeah,
got him. Got to be honest with you,
about
folks,
a half a step.
Because you two have been doing live streams with me. My TV is like terribly behind you guys.
Don't worry about it. We'll keep you up. But Jose Quintana today, 5 1/3, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. What more can you ask of your starting pitcher who is not in the top of your rotation to start the wild card? That is a blessing that Jose Quintana pitched as well as he did. The non-blessing of the fact is that the Phillies ended up beating the crap out of their bullpen.
No, say
Crap is allowed on air. Okay.
Certain crap is allowed.
Yes.
Other words aren't.
Right. At bat currently is number 22, Juan. I thought I was going to be a Met.
If I say one of those words, then I got to go put this on.
No, Bill, you're okay.
Okay, I don't need this tonight.
Your Yankees won the division. No bag for you. We're not watching football.
I get to go bagless tonight. I'm happy.
Yes, you get to go bagless. Look, Bill has had to wear it when the Giants lost. But
and Rifkin was going, "Oh, just bag it." I'm like, "I know, I'm wearing it."
This is the advantage of pitching to Juan Soto throughout the entire season, is that the Mets pitchers know how to throw him. If you're a pitcher throwing to Juan Soto, anything down and in or up, he is going to demolish. He is a solid hitter. And when you look at the San Diego roster, I mean, I have all my aspirations of moving on. Let's look at what this roster is going to be next year, minus the first 42 games. After those 42 games, they get Fernando Tatis back. That is a murderer row lineup when he comes back.
Well, absolutely.
You know, you can say that about the Yankees with Judge, Stanton, Rizzo. I mean, obviously, the true murderer's row was the 1927 Yankees, and I mean, what more can you ask of your number 14 to start hitting the friggin' ball?
Exactly. Hit the ball.
Sorry, that does me getting a little stressed out.
No stress.
Yeah, I know, no stress.
Listen to your daughter, Mark. No stress.
So there's an interesting stat that MLB just put up. Most 30 home run seasons before the age, sorry, and you got Manny Machado up there with five of them. Manny Machado. Which? All right, Dan, we're going to go to you on this one. Which Machado is better, Baltimore or San Diego?
Baltimore.
Okay, why?
He was explosive in Baltimore. And because the Orioles, for the most part, were up and down, they had some really good seasons. They had some really bad seasons. Like, we got to see Machado really work hard on a mediocre team. So he was noticed more. And he was way more flashy.
Yes, I can see that.
Now, I think Machado has gotten a little more patient in San Diego, and that's what's making him sort of better. But I like the action from when he was in Baltimore.
And that's the type of stuff you get if you come and watch SIN. You get the complete answer. You don't just get San Diego. You get
well, he's had a hell of a year in San Diego, though, too.
Oh, we're not going to take that away from him.
And he did some help for my fantasy team. Thank you, Manny.
Speaking of fantasy,
Yeah, but
bow to your king. Bow to your king.
I'm not worthy.
As the right stuff on the hands of Francisco Lindor, who gets a 3-run double, puts it past Al. Of all the people, though, I didn't want to beat Al, but Al comes in second. However, I can't win my own prize, so Big Al, I have decided, will be getting the autograph prize for this year's fantasy baseball, and it's a nice gift. He'll like it. Unfortunately, I did not have any Orioles stuff to be able to send him, so but I know he'll like this one, but. Just don't color on my bed, okay, bud? Thank you. I think Bill Corpus Christi Murphy has frozen, so he'll be back soon. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I needed a double action to wear. Thank you, honey.
All right, well, it's just us two.
It's just Danny Boy and me now. Well, Bill's computer probably froze out.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want a pitching perspective, if you look at Darvish, his windup reminds me a little bit of Hideo Nomo. He's got that slow turn, high kick, and it's kind of deceptive on how that ball comes out of his glove.
Right.
Ooh. Oh, 85 miles an hour down the center, swing the bat. Come on, Brandon. Bill's coming back. And Bill has returned.
Turned.
He's
My
back.
internet cracked out for a minute. So.
It happens. It's you're in Dutchess. It's understandable. Nope. In the air.
Got him on the slider too.
Yeah. If I mean, from my perspective, is watching these bats swing, they're swinging under the ball a lot. They're not getting full contact on that bat, and that's something you Darvish is very good at. Is making batters pop the ball up with that distinguished pitching motion he has. You Darvish has played for a long time. Texas, the Cubs, now out here in San Diego playing on a playoff team.
Uh-huh.
It's a nice accomplishment for him to add to his long resume.
I agree. Okay, so
Damn it. Good play. Good fielding. They're not striking out, which is a great, except for that we just saw, but repeat of Alonso. But they're not striking out. They're swinging the bat, which is something is great, but enough of the fly balls, ground balls, line drives. Forget about hitting the home run. I don't care if you're down 3 runs in the 3rd inning.
You have to find ways to get on base.
Yeah.
No.
It's carrying, but not enough. That carried more than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. Any team will tell you. You let the opposing pitcher have you allow the opposing pitcher to get out of an inning by pitching just 9 pitches.
Right.
yeah,
That's a mistake.
yes, it is.
Make the pitcher work.
As we go to the 4th, it is Padres 3, Mets 0.
Correct.
Still,
Corpus Christi Murphy.
yes.
Well, you said Bill.
I
So
said
I just-
still.
Oh, sounds like Bill. That's why I felt Bill did in the name.
I didn't mean to bill you on that one.
Yeah, Bill, you send me a bill. I ain't sending a check. We'll go to court and argue it out.
We're really gonna. Okay. The state rep. Okay. The next
Bill,
case.
Bill,
Number.
I'm
I'm
playing,
joking.
Bill. I'm playing.
I was joking around too.
Yeah.
Number 362, Halpert versus Murphy over stupid things that nobody cares about. Let's hear it.
One of so getting back to today's action, let's get another Halpern trivia question up and going.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna switch over to the NFL right now.
Okay.
Okay. This running back has the most yards rushing total in the NFL still today. Raise hands before guessing. All time. Bill.
Is it Barry Sanders?
It is not. We go to Danny Boy Reg.
Question again?
Who is the all-time rushing leader? Who has the most rushing yards of any player?
Oh, damn it. Sayers.
Emmett Smith.
Oh, how could I forget Emmett Smith?
That was my next guess.
Emmett Smith. Yes. You have a joke as long as it's coming from you, so it is going to be clean. Okay, we're going to let Charlotte tell a joke.
Go for it.
Okay.
For Bill.
What was that?
Say Charlotte, talk louder.
Is there something wrong with the connection?
Oh,
No, because Mark can hear us. Jesus, talk louder.
okay. Come here, Char. Come up close to it and let me hear. We'll make sure everything's up. Try again. Can you hear her or no?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. It's weird.
Can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Say it as loud as you can.
Jesus. No.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm not the only one here,
Okay,
huh?
so we're gonna help her out. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Robin.
Robin who?
Robbing the Giants of a win.
Oh, come on, Charlotte.
Okay, Troy, come here. You can tell a joke.
Good.
Okay, Troy. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Troy. Troy, what's your joke? You
Oh, I think he's laughing.
repeat after him. Okay. Troy, we're not doing that on live television.
Can
Oh,
you text that to me?
Yeah, we'll text it out later. I'm glad it couldn't be heard.
okay.
Do I want to
It wasn't a
know or
curse
no?
word, though. It wasn't a curse word.
It was
For free. It's not for live. I thought he was going to be a little Troy, but Charlotte comes up with the great joke of the week.
That was pretty funny. I'll give her that. I'll give you that, Charlotte. That was funny.
Now was the Halpern's kids moment. or whatever.
Yes. And for all of you who love this little girl, go check out our YouTube channel for the one of one that features Charlotte Helen Halpern talking about baseball cards and informing us on why they look good. It's a fun 20-minute podcast.
Check it out, folks.
He does an excellent job too.
check it.
You heard her. Go check it out. Okay, I am going to pause for a second. It is 9:15. It is time to get ready for bed. Both of you go do what you need to do and get ready for bed. Troy, you too. Go with Charlotte.
Aw.
It's 9:15. It's 9:15. I let them stay up for a while.
Oh, we were having fun.
Yes, we're having a lot of fun.
Fun's good. I like fun.
You gonna come over here and deal with a cranky 3-year-old and a cranky 8-year-old when they wake up in the morning tired?
No, I'm gonna be on the other. I'm gonna be on the other side of the coast tomorrow for that.
So, Bill's leaving for Vegas.
Yes, I am.
And why are you going to Vegas, Bill? Let's give the people the reason why.
Okay, well, it's gonna be me, my folks, my brother, his girlfriend's father and sister. We're going there. We're gonna, it's my first time going there actually.
Nice.
Have you ever been there, Mark? Or
Oh, about 9-10 times. I used to literally go every summer.
yeah, you used to go every. So, any recommendations for me that we could say online that I
Well, yeah, legally, of course. Where are you staying?
Luxor?
Okay, you're staying at the north end of the strip. Make
Yes.
sure you venture down to the south end of the strip and go walk through the Bellagio. Go take
I
a
heard
gondola.
Bellagio's nice.
Go take a gondola ride around the Venetian.
Okay.
You got to watch the fountains at the Bellagio at night. I mean, that is like a great attraction. It happens I think it's every 15 minutes. It's
I've been hearing how great-
it's a
I hear
great
it's
attraction. Go to Treasure Island, watch the show at night, the pirate show. It's fun. Now on your end of the strip, you got the Luxor, you got New York, you got the MGM Grand. Go to Aria, has a good Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Go
Wait.
over to New York if you get homesick. They have the best deli in the world, the Carnegie Deli.
Is
Obviously,
it the real Carnegie Deli or
yes,
is it a knockoff?
it is the real It is literally modeled right after the one in New York.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
So it's a knockoff of the real thing. But it
pretty
looks-
much.
Well,
Okay.
I think I am going to the Bellagio. I'm going to see the Cirque du Soleil show there. So
That's most likely is O. Well, that's what was there. Let's put it that way. O was the Cirque du Soleil show that was there. That involves the swimming pool jumping, which is great.
Yeah,
Treasure Island has Mystere. I believe the Win has one as well. The Win has the best Chinese restaurant on the strip, by the way.
the Win.
The Win. It and the dumplings are worth $35. It is the most expensive dumplings I've ever eaten, probably the greatest.
But they're good dumplings, though. If they're worth $35,
the dumplings are worth the whole thing. They are so delicious.
So they're worth the $30.
Yes. To me, the south part of the strip is more active than the north end of the strip.
So I'm going to be on the north end of the strip, basically.
Yes, the Luxor is on the north end. There's still plenty of stuff to do. I mean, go to the Paris, go to the top of the Eiffel Tower, have a nice hot cup of hot cocoa and a croissant.
Oh, I'll check that out.
I mean, there's a lot to do. I mean, not to include headliners that are there now. I mean, I have no idea who's there. I've seen plenty of comedy shows, magic shows. So, you just got to look and see what's out there and see what's available.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to the Notre Dame game tomorrow there. That's going to be a blast.
So you have fun, and that's the most important thing.
Fun is the most important part of
this.
Remember what happens in Vegas.
Yeah, Bill, something tells me you're not going to have too many of those moments.
What makes you say that?
Because you're going to be with your parents.
Good point.
That's the only reason I can say that. We all act differently when we're around our parents.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Oh I'm gonna have a good time. It's like I said, I've never been there before, so
you can say goodnight to Dan and Bill.
Good night, Charlotte.
Don't know why her voice wasn't coming through. That's weird.
I think we got to check that. I think we got to
look tonight. I need it.
It could be a mic thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scherzer settled down a bit, which is a good sign. Problem is, Mets are 3 runs down.
That's the big issue. However, the encouraging thing right now is one thing about the Mets going into the season. They've done their fair share of damage against starting pitchers.
Yeah.
They have demolished bullpens. So looking at you, Darvish, in the 4th inning at 40 pitches is not horrible, but they got to drive his pitch count up. And he was fooled out of his shoes on that one. Yeah. They got to get his pitch count way up. And that's a very important thing.
If I'm the Mets, try to get to the bullpen early. I know he's at 40 pitches and cruising, but if you can put some pressure and get to that Padres bullpen before the 7th inning, I think you're in a good spot.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. Darvish is on tonight, number one.
No, Darvish is pitching
was
good.
Gorgeous. That was a gorgeous slider. Pete Alonso, being one of the more patient hitters in baseball, knew to lay off it, but I would say 8 out of 10 batters swing at that pitch.
Yeah.
He's got one of the best sliders I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. For Darvish, who was touted when he was
shit.
He was touted, and thank goodness for those Nets. But he was touted when he was so young as like one of the best pitchers coming out of Japan. He still got form. Like he still got a little bit in him. And I'm really happy that he was able to change up his game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to talk down about him. I mean, he had great years with Texas.
No.
He didn't overly impress me in Chicago.
No.
But he's pitched very well in San Diego. I just don't. I mean, look, the hater that's been out there, 19 earned ERA. That's if they get to him. That's the hater we need to see tonight. The 19 ERA hater, not Josh Hader from Milwaukee, who is the most dominant closer in all of baseball.
Well, even in the last couple of weeks, like Hader's he's figured out his form a little bit. So a little nerve wracking, but again, I 100% agree. Try to run into the Josh Hader that stunk from this last days in Milwaukee into his first like few weeks in San Diego.
Yeah.
And he was brutal in that stretch. 8 straight batters retired for you, Darvish. As Vogelback rounds out.
And Pete Alonso struck out.
Yeah.
You, Darvish, I mean, coming into New York, it's not an easy venue to play in.
It really isn't.
You know, whether it's go ahead, Dan.
No, I'm just saying they're showing the pitching graphic. The percentage of pitches he's using the cutter a lot, so they're getting fooled by the cutter. Go ahead.
I mean, if you look at the Yankees and you look at the Mets and the Mets are playing San Diego, and we don't know who the Yankees are going to play yet. We'll wait and see. But no matter what team comes into New York, it's intimidating.
Oh, it is.
Crowd noise alone is one thing, but it's not whether it's Yankee Stadium or Citi Field. It's two of the hardest stadiums to play in because of the fan base. The Yankees have the quote unquote boo birds. When the Yankees do bad, they boo. The Mets fans have been called a different word in 6 different languages this year when the Mets are losing. Any team, just like in football, any team can beat any team on any given day.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's take one of the worst pitchers to have one of the worst turnarounds ever, Dontrell Willis. Okay, when he started pitching in with the Marlins, oh God, it has to be almost 20 years ago. He was lights out. He was unbelievable. Once he was figured out, he was garbage. I mean, but people can have good days. I mean, to swing at a pitch like that was absolutely ridiculous. You're not a farmer. Stop swinging in the dirt. You know, so this is how I look during a playoff, and I'm trying to keep myself composed. Mike Rifkin is probably sorry, what, Bill?
Because we're online, or because your kids are in the next room?
No, but my kids have heard worse during a Sunday football game. I'm trying to respect our audience who is watching us.
Yeah. And of course,
if you think that this is a lot, you're not gonna have to worry about that. We're gonna when whoever plays the Yankees, we'll see how Bill and Dan are.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Or if you want a bit of if you want to know what it's kind of like, we reacted to the wild card game last year, and
yeah, go watch that. We almost had I had a stroke on camera, basically.
Dreadful, especially when they sent Judge home on that stupid ass double that we knew. God,
we were probably saying every word in the book, weren't we, Dan?
But this is something, Patchman and I have talked about, is going live for the Mets and Yankee games. Not every one of them, because let's face it, going live every night would be a triumph.
Exhausted.
Once per series, Once per series we go live, and then obviously if the Yankees.
When do you guys want to go live for the Yankees? I'm gonna.
Well, let's see who they're playing first, and once we get the schedule.
Game 1's on Tuesday. I'm going to be in Vegas, so.
Game 1 is on Tuesday.
I mean, if you
Thursday, I think, is game 2. So I'm coming back Thursday. I'm going to be back sometime. I want to say maybe like 6 o'clock. Because I got to go into Newark, and my flight lands at like 3 something. But by the time I get out of the airport and.
Understood. And if we go, obviously we go live, Bill. Absolutely, we want you there. Just remember, you're going to be on a 6-hour flight coming home. You're going to be tired. So take a shower first. Wake up. Welcome back. Soak in some of that New York water. You'll feel better.
Soak in the New York water.
But yeah, I mean, we'll look
figure
at
it
the
out.
schedule and we'll go live for one of the Yankee games because it's not only fair to make Dan and Bill watch the Mets game.
It's much more fair to make Mark watch the Yankees.
Exactly. Me, as I said, yes, I have my problems with the Yankees if the Mets are in the playoffs because I don't want to face the Yankees. Because I'm sorry, I'll stand to what I said at the beginning of the season. I don't trust the Yankees at home. They are that good at home. So they could go to Citi Field and lose 2 games, but then go to Yankee Stadium and win 3 in a row.
Who
So,
knows?
I mean, at Yankee Stadium is a different animal for the Yankees organization. They just play better there. But a lot of teams play better at home than they do on the road. So, I mean, it's not a phantom stat, so to speak. Let's put it that way. Just, does Aaron Boone stay with the Yankees after this season?
It's going to be really hard to defend him if they can't get past the division series.
I think I'm going to agree with Dan on that one. But the thing is, if Cashman goes, I think it's really going to depend on what Cashman's fate is going to be.
Which if I'm a Yankee fan right now, I'd expect him to come back based on
Okay.
the season alone. But yeah, no, it really depends on what Ryan Cashman is going to do, whether they get rid of him, whether he resigns, or whatever it is.
Jesus Christ, they're just golfing at balls.
Like him. But yeah, I think it depends on what happens with Cashman. Because if there's a new GM, unless you find someone that's in line with Cashman, there's no way Boone stays. There's just no way.
No, because if Cashman if Steinbrenner says, if they decide to mutually part ways, which I have this feeling it's not going to happen, but you never know. Then, because whoever comes in as GM, they're going to want to bring in their own people.
Well, that's not uncommon. Look what Billy Epler did in New York. He brought in a couple of his own people out from Los Angeles.
Yeah, but if Hal Steinbrenner is dead set on keeping Aaron Boone and Cashman goes, he would have to say, okay, here's a caveat. Boone stays for 1 year. And if you don't like the way we're going, then he goes bye-bye.
See,
that's not good. That's not good for a team, though, because then you're basically this is Boone's proven year. You don't want to put Boone in that position. You have to be respectful of the process here. Aaron Boone is the manager, so if you put him in a situation where if there's a new GM and the new GM already doesn't like him, then you're putting him in a hard spot there. Like that's. Even though I don't like Aaron Boone as manager, that's not cool. That's not cool to do.
So the Yankee. Sorry, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
You have to hire, if you're going to hire a new GM, you got to find a GM that's going to make his own decisions, because Hal's not going to. He's not a baseball guy.
No,
so
he
doesn't care. I've said this like 10 million times. He doesn't care.
Well, he's cheap. Not that he doesn't care. He's just cheap. So, Hal's not a baseball guy. So he's going to try to find someone. But if that person doesn't want Aaron Boone, he should have the right to fire Aaron Boone and get a new manager into the fold.
In my opinion, it was Billy Epler who helped get Buck Showalter the managing position.
Yeah.
And regardless what anybody wants to say, I called it a year before that Buck Showalter was going to be on the Mets and be that manager. And he has done wonders. So, big hats off to Buck on what he's accomplished this year. Taking this team back to greatness. 101 wins, and they still get the wild card.
I got a random question here for you. What do you think?
They call it fair.
That was a foul ball.
Hold on. Let me see.
Let me see that. Really?
I thought that was foul.
Oh, that's
the whole way.
foul. No, that's foul.
I'm waiting for the replay.
Fair foul calls. Are those judgment calls?
That's it
right.
touched chalk.
That is
That's
that. Oh
fair
my
ball.
goodness! What a break for the Padres!
That's a fair ball. That touched chalk.
Wow, I thought that was foul.
Well,
Can you believe that?
uh, of all things, talking about catching by inches.
Oh, my
However,
God.
the Mets caught a break.
Oh no, where's that going?
That's foul.
Oh my goodness gracious! Crowbar again.
And
Oh my
God.
goodness gracious!
Yeah, stunned is kind of the word I want to use right
God bless you, Max Scherzer.
The Padres were like, wait, we're the underdog? No, we ain't.
Take that.
now. Let me tell you something. Today has been the day of underdogs. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by what's happening right now.
Goodness. He can't believe it. Scherzer cannot believe it.
He was even early on this ball. Yep, that's a fair ball, obviously. But these are all balls that are tailing out. They're early, but
Yeah.
the speed of the ball getting out is the whole
Is the
game.
wind a factor? That wind is blowing in that direction. Is that a factor?
That too, and plus,
Yeah.
if you were to take, let's say that wasn't his fastball, let's take it down 5 miles an hour, that ball's foul.
Yeah.
It's because of the speed of the pitch is why that stayed fair as long as it did. And Scherzer looks the same as he did when he lost against the Braves. A lot of his pitches are falling flat. And this is devastating to watch right now. However, I'm a Mets fan. I might be pissed, but I'm still love my team.
It builds character, Mark.
Oh, please, I've been building characters since 1982.
How's that character going?
If I had the opportunity, I'd punch a wall, but there's no need for it. What I would do if I am Buck Showalter, this is it for Scherzer right now. He's done.
Coming out.
He's got to come out.
He's done.
Because if this goes to game 3, you're going to want him available for 1 inning.
He has lost all confidence.
Yep.
He could not believe that went out.
No, I think every person at Citi Field was stunned. And then also the 28 million people around the world watching.
Oh, man.
You can't tell me this has nothing to do with that injury. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. He's getting his ass kicked.
But I'm sorry, you got to be Scherzer.
Yeah.
You cannot be like, I'm injured, but then you're going to go out game 1 ready to go and locked in and prepare. You can't. There's no excuse to it.
No.
Scherzer has to be early in this situation, and he's not.
I understand Scherzer's a $40 million pitcher. He's been amazing all season. I'm not going to. Why isn't DeGrom starting this game?
Isn't he starting tomorrow?
Well, yes, Bill. Yes.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, hold on. I got to see what happened.
My goodness.
I want to see a stat when the last time this man has ever given up this many home runs.
Keep on.
Throw it back.
Machado.
Throw it the fuck back.
Buck's wasting no time.
Yeah,
Buck is wasting no time.
And of course, it's Machado.
They're just literally.
He just went out there.
That
goodness.
that wasn't a high long shot. That was a line drive home run.
All right. Scherzer's night is done.
That
Good night. God bless.
was Dave,
And typical New York for you.
that was Dave Winfield hitting right there.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Good comparison.
Booze. Whoa, my God. Raining down on Scherzer right now.
When was the last time this man ever heard a
Oh, my God.
anything like that. Oh, against
His night's
Atlanta, he
done.
looked flat.
Yeah,
Against, obviously right now.
he did not have it tonight.
God.
This is a friggin' line. I mean,
40,000 people booing you. That builds character.
All right.
54,300 plus.
Olaf's guy. This is the first time in his career that Max Scherzer allowed 7 runs in a postseason game.
Jesus.
And it couldn't have come at a worse
time. So, in all purposeness, now we're going to play horrible. Mets drop game 1. Let's look at what happened in baseball today. All the big teams dropped game 1.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. It doesn't
game
make it
1, you
easier
come back.
knowing that this is a 3-game series, not a 7-game series. So I got that pit I got that pit in my stomach right now, but I have to swallow this up, grill it up, and eat it. And we move on to game 2, in which Jacob deGrom pitches. Yay! If he comes out like Scherzer, I'm gonna cry. Because deGrom, as we all know, well, not as we all know, as most of you may know, deGrom is in his final year with the Mets and the length of his original extension. He has already said he is going to opt out of his contract to test free agency. Here are the list of teams that are obviously will be the Mets will be, I'm sure, will be talking to him to try to keep him in New York. The 2 other teams that have been mentioned as of right now, no, Bill, it's not the Yankees, so don't get your hopes up.
Oh, come on.
It's not the
Jacob,
Yankees.
we need you.
Houston is 1, and Seattle is 2. Those are the 2 teams that are, as we've seen what Seattle did with Robinson Cano, we know they have the money. So they can afford to offer deGrom the $35 million a year he's going to want, if not 40 as he commands it. Houston, with the departing of Justin Verlander, is going to need a new ace. So that puts those 2 teams in prime contention to make a bid after the season. And I'm sure deGrom is going to do his due diligence and will go around the country fielding offers. But I'm sure, as being a Met his whole time, will give the Mets the same fair chance he's going to give everybody else. Okay? I'm sure Max will be talking to him. Trevor, you got a lucky call on that one because that was low. Okay, it's only 6 runs. This is doable. I seen the Mets score 9 in an inning. Not against the Padres, but I seen the Mets score 9 in an inning.
After this bottom half, I think I'm going to jump out.
Okay, Bill.
I got an early flight tomorrow, so.
That's okay. I thank you for coming by and spending some time with us.
Hey, no problem. And it's the Mets, too, so.
Bye, Bill.
Surprised I came.
Let's go Yankees.
Yeah, let's go Yankees.
Bill, let me give you a tip about the sports book. So go there. Do not go up and make a bet automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, get comfortable, look at all the screens, get your first free drink, then go up and make a small bet, then sit back down, watch the Giants, get another free drink, and another free drink, go make a $1 bet, then come back down. That's how you work the sports book.
So just make the bets and just get totally hammered in the process.
Yeah, but don't you don't have to bet millions of dollars.
Nah,
I bet $1. You say, I want to put $5 on the Giants to win, whatever. Sit down, have your ticket out, hold on to it, pretend it's your baby, and you will get drinks galore at 6:30 in the morning.
That sounds glorious.
All free.
All drinks are free?
In the sports book, at a casino table and at the slot machines.
I knew at a
All
casino
drinks are
table,
free.
but
It is customary when
that you tip.
that you give at least $1 tip.
I've
You
been to
know.
casinos before, so
Don't be my cousin and give her $1 worth of change in nickels, dimes, and quarters. Because
Your
that's all he
cousin
had
did
left.
that?
That's all he had left in his pocket.
Was this
But-
in Vegas or?
Yes. And my cousin bottomed out badly. He literally lost his shirt.
He literally. So
Oh,
you
hey,
walked
look,
out-
we got a Giants copycat in the stands.
Really? Who?
Well, we had the Giants fan who painted their head like a Giants football helmet. This woman looks like an orange mannequin with a carrot top head.
Hey, you got to give her credit.
And Dan, you're still muted if you didn't know. You know. Okay, just making sure. Okay, comeback starting right now. Here we go. It's going to start off.
Don't call it a
with Mark
comeback.
Mark Cannon's going to get a base hit here.
Okay, you
That's how
calling
we're
it?
Started off. Base hit.
Mark's calling it.
Base hit for Cannon. Here we go. Come on, you stupid pitcher. Throw it. See, there we go. Okay, a little outside, patient. Let's run up that pitch count more and more. See, the one thing I will say is let's hope the manager for the Padres, hopefully his eyes don't get too big for his stomach and he pulls Darvish earlier to rest him.
I would have Doris go at least one more inning. Two.
Drop it. Damn it. He will be one of the better. Listen to that, Jesus. That sound off the bat is just unreal. That one got out in a hurry.
Machado's Dave Winfield shot was,
It was a line drive.
that was a hard hit ball. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
That was ripped.
so now here comes the old ops guy. San Diego's using up everything they got in game 1 to beat Scherzer. Now they're going to fall flat in 2 and 3. There we go. That's what's going to happen. Oh, no.
If this
We cannot be the
continues, you're gonna be stressed out tomorrow, aren't you?
We cannot be the Yankees and lose in the first round. Oh, that would absolutely destroy me, especially after 101 wins. But in sports, as I said, anything can happen. So
On any given day.
yeah. I mean, the over on this game is already covered. It was 6.
So if you bet the over, you won money.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
The only game that I was surprised at, as I said, was the Guardians Tampa Bay Rays game that finished 2-1. Hats off to Shane McClanahan on a hell of a game pitched. Very, very good game pitched by Shane McClanahan today. He gives up 2 runs, but he pitches 7 innings, 5 strikeouts. The ball to Jose Ramirez hung up a little more than he wanted it to. It was the only runs Cleveland scored today, and it was on a mistake. That's crushed.
Oh, go get out.
That's
He got it.
got
He
to
got
get
it.
out. There it is. El Padrino.
Need
We're
that.
back.
They needed that. Look,
We're back.
I don't know if the Mets are going to win this game, but
That just woke up the stadium.
they need that.
That's
That-
crushed.
That was a beauty of a shot.
They needed that.
Yeah.
You get any confidence. All right, so it's a 6-run game. There's still plenty of ball left. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it is going to happen, they need that.
That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. I want to see the exit velocity on this one. It wasn't as anything like Manny Machado's.
Right? How good has Escobar been?
Over this last half of the month
Yeah,
shows
he's been
why the
strong.
Mets gave him the money he did. He
Wait,
fell flat.
Is he blowing kisses to the Padres?
Yeah.
Who's he blowing kisses to? Why is he doing that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a ritual. You know what he's saying? Great. I'm now out of this embarrassment. He says, I don't have to worry about being embarrassed anymore. I did something. This is the mistake at catcher right now, is Tomas Nido. He's good defensively.
Yeah.
He's good defensively.
God, Nito.
And this is all he does, is he pops up the ball.
Thomas Nito stinks, man. I don't know how he's on this team.
He's on because of his defense. His defense is
I
pretty
get it,
good.
but you
Start Alvarez. There is no harm in starting this kid. Let him play. He's going to play tomorrow. I'm willing to bet $1 to none that Alvarez gets to start tomorrow. This is a guaranteed out in a lineup. You can't have a guaranteed out in a lineup when you have the DH in play. Come on, Brandon. Let's go. There we go. Double down the line.
go three.
Go.
He's not even. He is way safe.
Safe. What a
Way
throw by Soto, though.
I mean,
What a throw.
he's like, I
Life
ain't
has been brought
respect-
into that stadium.
I like what Nimmo did. He's like, I ain't respecting your arm. I'm gonna go third anyway.
Yeah.
But
What a
Soto-
throw.
Soto almost beat it.
Yeah.
That was a nice throw there. Great piece of hitting by Nimmo.
That's a double in any park. Nimmo says, let's go for it. Come on.
That
My
was beautiful.
God.
It was a hard hit ball, so you knew it was gonna be tough to get him at third.
Matter of seconds.
Yeah.
You know who, and I've only seen a few people throw a ball that well. That's Ichiro and Vladimir Guerrero Sr. Only ones I've ever seen a ball on a line like that.
Inside to Lindor.
Go, Francisco. Base knock. 2 runs here would be a definite
You're back in
start.
this game.
Wow, I don't know. I don't want to say we're back in it. We're chopping away. Get a hit here, get another run on the board. We're making headway. Now you got Darvish at 60 pitches. He'll go one more inning at the most. Maybe. Depends on what happens with Lindor. That was his pitch. He was lit. He was early. I know it's 2 outs, but with Lindor's speed, drop it down. Let's see what happens. Drop it down up the third baseline. I meant the first baseline when I said that. Sorry.
You need to be more specific.
What is he swinging at?
Low and inside. Again, that's that slider from Darvish, though.
But that was nowhere near. That was nowhere close.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you
that's-
gotta be smart at these at bats, man. Like,
But just watching
You're
how
down
that
by
ball
6.
moved. Also, hats off to Zach Wheeler today, pitching a great game.
and poor thing can't get a win. But you know what? He gave it all he got. He went 6 and a third or so.
Yeah.
He did very well today. Okay, so that's not going to do much.
Okay. All right.
The Mets
We
get
got
a
one.
run back on the
We got
Escobar.
one.
Hold
It's
on.
1 run back, 7.
Get it.
one.
It's a start. El Padrino.
He was blowing kisses to the camera, but like,
Okay. Who cares?
I know, but like, well,
And the 5, it's 7-1 Padres. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it for the night. I got an early flight tomorrow. Thanks.
Bill, have a fun flight. Be safe, of course.
I will.
And say hi to Candy for me. She's normally up around New York, New York.
Okay, I'll say hi to Candy for you.
go,
All right, guys.
Go.
Oh,
Oh,
Pack, go.
Oh, shut
Oh, my
up.
God. I can't
You
believe
gotta
I
do
said
that
those
'cause
words,
Pack's
but
in here,
I'm
don't
going
you?
to. Good night, Bill.
Good night. I'll see you guys later. Good night.
Yeah. And now it's down to Danny Boy and the old man.
I know Rifkin doesn't want to come in because he's going to be yelling expletives all over the place, but it's like we need Mike Rifkin in here.
Yes. I told him I don't care. He said I'm more of afraid I'll make a joke that is not able to come back from. I said, Mike, you think you're the only one who's going to go on the air on this type of platform that we do and is going to say something they regret? Come on.
Yeah.
I say I've screwed up. I've made my mistakes. We all have. But can't pressure the guy. However, I would love to have heard who cursed more loudly, him or me.
Exactly. Speaking of the pun master, him and Noah Trombley were live today again for Breakaway Bandits.
Breakaway was live again.
Yeah,
All right.
It might be a regular thing, so stay tuned. We might actually make it a regular thing. Live Breakaway Bandits. I believe it was Nashville and San Jose playing on the other side of the world today.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
For the start, the official start of the regular season. Though there's still teams playing preseason hockey, so
I've never understood that either.
Geez.
But yes, it's great to have the Breakaway Bandits back. That is our hockey podcast.
Yep.
And as Dan said, hosted by Noah Trombley, Mike, the pun master Rifkin, and Nate OnlyFans Moser. We love you, Nate. Even though you are a Bills fan. But hockey is back into spring, and you know what else is starting up soon, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA.
Oh yeah, I'm watching Nick highlights as we're watching this debacle, the Met playoff game. Thank goodness Obi Toppin didn't go to fucking Utah.
Oh,
My language, because he is making defensive plays. He is dunking the ball. It's preseason.
He's looking great.
He's playing hard. He's getting ready for the season. I think I'm expecting an improved big season out of him. I have a good feeling on it for Toppin.
And I also think he could get the start. That's the big key.
Yeah, and I think Tibbs is open to playing him more, which is what we need.
Well, it's what you got this young core with the Knicks between McBride, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi. You got to, yes, we were all talking about the possibilities of Donovan Mitchell. Dan would have been happy, and so would have I, to have Donovan Mitchell as part of the Knicks. However, Danny Ainge blew that, as he usually does, and accepted, I don't want to say it's a lesser deal, but it was not as strong as what the Knicks were offering.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think Sexton went to that deal to Utah, who's a very good player. To me, I feel like for the Cavs, that trade makes sense.
Well, especially when you're in a rebuilding type organization.
Yeah, but they're not in a rebuild. They're there. They were in the playoffs, so they were there.
This is true.
So it makes more sense. That trade didn't make any sense for the Knicks.
Now, as much as we all wanted him, and it would have been fun to have the Spider in New York. I am excited about the New York Knicks this season. We got Jalen Brunson. It's a nice upgrade. Mm-hmm. He will be playing with RJ Barrett at the two top spots. Yeah. We got Julius Randle and Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
Evan Fournier has proved he can play.
But he scares me. His shooting production sucked. Overall, he came up in games that Celtics or any nationally televised game, but we need that production every night from Fournier.
We need consistency. Yeah,
we need to have that type of consistency to justify that contract, because that was a lot of money that they gave Fournier. So bad that we're trying to find a trade partner.
Right, and nobody's touching that money.
No, I wouldn't either.
Just like nobody was going to touch Julius Randle's contract.
Yeah. So though Brunson has praised Julius, So that might be something there to watch. I don't know what that's gonna turn out to be, but if the team is having each other's back already, it's a good sign.
It's going to be fun. Plus, we got the sixth man, Derek Rhodes, still to come off the bench.
And Derrick Rose, like he doesn't have to do much, just come in when he can, be that assist machine that you were, score points when you can. He can still drive into the lane very well.
Yep.
I expect Derrick Rose to be very much involved. Hopefully, he doesn't get injured again. And we missed him big time with his injury.
And then comes up my guy, my boy. Who, yes, I will be the first one to say I wanted Zion Williamson in that draft.
I did too.
But I have been more than happy with RJ Barrett.
The return has been tremendous with RJ. And Zion, he's just still trying to make it. Meanwhile,
Right.
year 4, I'm very confident in RJ's ability. So
Oh,
far,
yeah.
so good. Like I'm very thrilled.
He's been moving the ball well. He's been shooting the ball very well.
Yeah. And
Now-
and again, no all-star appearances, all this. I don't care about that.
Yeah. See, that's the one thing Dan and I have always been in agreement on. Yeah, it's great to be recognized as a top player, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, whatever. It doesn't matter if you make the all-star team or not. No.
I just want to win.
Right. It's nice to be recognized, but
Now, if he has a great season enough to be recognized, then fine. But if it's not quite there, but the Knicks are still winning, that's all that matters.
exactly. Being a Knicks fan is a very hard thing to be.
Yeah.
It's
My sister is very shocked that I'm still a Knicks fan. I said, what can you do? You live and die with the Knicks.
absolutely. I mean, watching, I haven't watched much of the preseason. I watched a little bit because I've been so involved in baseball and football and trying to learn hockey player names that I gave up on. That basketball always kind of takes that second seat back. And then once baseball ends and then you got hockey starting, it's hard with 3 sports going around at all times to get basketball its recognition.
Yeah, example of that, in 2015, the Jets were having an amazing season. But the problem is New York sports coverage was all on Nets because of the World Series.
Right.
So they missed half season with the Jets just by covering the Mets World Series.
Right.
So
And
it is so easy to get lost and all that. But you
how many times? Ow! What a throw. See, that's Tomas Nido. And the one reason why he's on this team is his defensive ability.
Yeah.
This was a great stop and throw.
Yeah. And look, Nito can call a good game. He also has the arm to get someone out.
Mm-hmm.
But
he just couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he tried.
The hitting production is just atrocious. So,
Yep.
yeah. But again, no, it is so easy to get lost in so many different sports because you don't know what mode you're in. Like, I'm probably not going to be in basketball mode until after the Super Bowl. I'm going to be real.
And Dan just said it right there. It's like, when can we actually? I mean, yes, we'll be talking basketball on the Sports Insanity podcast and stuff like that. But when are we going to be able to really get down and be able to have a devoted show to the NBA while you have football at its highest point? You're going to have baseball going into the World Series, and then top it all off, hockey starting. So
exactly, yeah.
And we have so many members here to only cover so much.
Right.
Not to say that hockey is bad and we don't cover it. We do cover it. And not to say basketball is bad. We cover it. It's just when they both start, you're at the 2 high points of 2 other sports, the beginning of football and the end of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's tough. It's tough to like all four major sports.
it's hard to follow all four.
Now, look, obviously, if you're in the sweet spot like Nathan Moser, who likes football and likes hockey and can go in between Sabres and Bills, all power. But when you're like me and Mark, who follows baseball, follows football, follows basketball,
Yeah.
and then some hockey is just
Once the playoffs come, if the Rangers are in it, then I'm learning names, stuff, what I need to know. So when I get invited on to the Breakaway Bandits, I come on and saying, "Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah, that guy, he hit the puck well." Nothing against hockey. Hockey is an exciting sport to watch at times. I mean, it's the only sport in the world where you can actually break a guy's face and bloody him on the ice and get a 5-minute misconduct penalty. So I mean, hockey does have its benefits.
Yeah.
Hockey has some benefits for you.
Yeah. Alex Cora. What you doing, babe?
My gosh, what is he? Oh, that's right. His dad. His dad's the third base coach. I'm like, why? Of all people, they singling him out. I'm like, oh yeah. The Delta seats. So we're right behind. Foul ball. So the seats behind home plate are known as the Delta seats.
Yeah.
Obviously, those are your premier high price seats. I think this is the first time in a long time I've actually seen them all filled. And those are your average $3,000 a seat ticket.
Yeah, that's like way out of my league. I'll just save you the words. Citi Field, it's not a very corporate stadium.
No.
Think about it. Maybe some areas, like you said, the Delta Suites, there's some press boxes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very fun, friendly ballpark. That's why I like going to Citi Field more like going to Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium is a boring ballpark where it's all about the millionaires and all that stuff,
There's something for everybody at Citi Field.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, I have sat in those Delta seats, and let me tell you something. As cool as it is to be as close and literally be able to be that close to home plate, it's hard to see what's happening in the outfield sometimes because it's a long ways away. I love sitting. Get me off first base, second tier, right field side. I'm happy. I'm very happy at that point.
Yeah,
I've stop popping it up.
I stood. This is in 2019. This is like in the middle of that big Met run, 16 of 17 wins or something like that. I had a standing room ticket. And I was in the Pope deck.
Okay.
That was the game where there was back-to-back homers by Davis and Ramos.
Yeah.
And then the Luis Guillorme the go-ahead.
Louis Guillorme, when he hits a home run,
yeah,
he looks exactly like Ray Ordonez. He hits his one a year, and that's it.
Such a random name, whatever.
Such a random name. Probably the greatest shortstop I ever saw defensively. And that comes a lot after watching baseball for almost 40 years.
I mean, there's
one of the worst hitters I've ever seen.
No.
He was a lifetime, I believe, 220, 230 hitter. And he hit one home run a season. That was a guarantee.
Now, if we're talking about Michael Jordan in the minors, 220 is pretty good for someone who didn't play baseball very well. But for someone who lived and breathed baseball, 220. That's
220 sucks.
Dreadful.
Oh.
Alonzo, nice piece of hitting.
That's gonna fall.
Okay.
Single. To start. Look, Darvish just pitched a hell of a game.
He's doing a tremendous job. Yeah. Great.
But you threw a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, it's been really good for the Padres overall.
Yeah. Tomorrow night's
Doing
matchup
very well.
definitely will be Jacob deGrom. And then Sunday will be a toss-up, depending on, I mean, obviously, if the Padres win tonight, the Mets win tomorrow, then we're going to Sunday. Sunday's pitching is not a guarantee it'll be Chris Bassett. And here's why.
But it's a great chance that's going to be Bassett.
It's a great chance it's going to be, but you could see Carrasco get the start with Miguel to back him up because
Has Cookie been in a big game? I mean,
well, see, that's a great point. When was the last time Carrasco or Tejon Walker?
Oh, Vogelback.
Right on the line. They're making great contact.
Yeah, it's not falling in their place, man.
No,
But the best hit so far has been Escobar's.
Escobar, who hit a shot to,
and we didn't even know that was going to go out. We thought
it was a poke, but you had it cleared the wall in left center field, and that's 396 feet. That's a hell of a shot.
That's not easy. Citi Field's not an easy ballpark to hit out of.
No, it was designed to keep home runs out.
Yeah, and I know the Mets, pretty much after the 2011 season, they wanted to make it easier to hit out of.
And they moved the fences in both sides.
And everything. But being real, Citi Field has never been an easy ballpark.
No.
I
mean, when Citi Field opened in 2009, being there almost every other day was a treat.
Yeah.
The first home run was hit by David Wright against, believe it or not, the Padres, who they happen to be playing.
And of course, we now know that was a bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
That shot, I mean, I believe the fence in left field is now 334. I'm within 5-10 feet.
Yeah.
Before, that was another 20 feet back.
So
that was a 400-foot home run just from clearing the wall.
So I was very proud of the Yankees that season. They made that ballpark look like it was really tiny. Mm-hmm. So I will say that. Like even Brett Gardner hit a home run to right field.
And Brett Gardner is another one of those guys you don't see hit many home runs.
Right.
He hits a few, but also, other news around the sports world today. Cole, I didn't want to get vaccinated. Beasley has now retired from the NFL after his stints in Dallas with Buffalo. He thought he was going to go down and hook up with Tom Brady very well. Yeah, he didn't last very long. He has now called it a retire. Cole, you were never excellent, but you did make some fantastic catches in your lifetime. We have a good retirement.
Beasley was very good in Buffalo. I will give him that. But let's be real. That was a Stephon Diggs-led receiving corps.
Oh, it still is.
And it's obvious that that's the case. So, no hard feelings.
Yeah.
You don't like to stay in the league or, no team wants you. Hey, look, you enjoy your retirement. You do whatever the hell you want. I really don't feel anything for it. I really don't.
No, he was really an underdog when he came up.
Player.
Yeah, your typical slot receiver, short, fast, but he used to just make these I mean, the one catch that is always going to stand out to me was the season before he went to Buffalo. So 2-3 years ago, he made a diving catch against the Giants in the end zone and got his knee down just to win the game. And it was just a spectacular catch. Will he ever make the Hall of Fame? No, unfortunately, but he'll be known for a few things in his career. We haven't talked about it at all, and I had assigned it, but you know what? We're just going to talk about it quickly. Is Tom Brady going to be garbage now that his wife is ready to leave him?
There's so much going on in his life. How is he playing football?
I don't understand why he even came back.
I just don't get it. He's taking maintenance days every week. He's in the middle of a divorce, a brutal divorce.
Yeah, this is going to be ugly.
Like it, and look, are we talking about the Tom Brady Giselle thing a little too much? Maybe, but it just goes. But his play is being affected on the field. Where's that going? Oh, nice.
What a catch!
That's a nice catch by Marte. But another great piece of wood there by the Padres. Oh my God.
Another hard hit ball.
God. 102
off the bat. I mean,
geez, I don't know. I mean, God bless Marte. He had to really reach for that.
Yep. I mean, yeah, is Dan right? Are we making a little bit more of this Tom Brady Giselle thing than it needs to be? Yeah, but when you look at the situation, and I'm going to make it very fast, this is all Tom Brady's fault. Giselle had told him, this is it. I'm done. I don't want to do football anymore. I want to go back to doing what I do. She's been following him around, putting her life on hold.
Exactly. You know, and she still makes a lot of money. She still does the modeling. She does all that stuff, but she wants a family.
Right. She wants a life.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, how much? I mean, look, I have, when he retired, fine. He was done. He was retired. The moment he announced he was coming out of retirement, I was sick. I'm like, come on.
It doesn't make sense for him. What is he trying to do? What is he trying to prove? His play is being affected. He's not as good as he used to be.
Right.
It's being put out there. And you can tell something's mentally wrong with him because he had a battle with a Windows tablet.
Again. Last year he threw one, and this year he smashed one.
Yeah, and then the Bucks have lost 2 in a row. So to me, it's starting to affect him a little bit. He will not say it. It's starting to affect him a little bit.
And
I don't get it, man.
I look at it's hard to compare players, especially when you're someone of Tom Brady's caliber with 8 rings, whatever. But he's starting to look like Brett Favre. Coming back for more and more, glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
He's starting to wow, that was a scary shot of Mr. Matt. It's starting to turn into an embarrassment almost.
Yeah.
And we had brought it up on our NFL preview weekend. If Tom Brady had to fall off for any reason, will we see Kyle Trask this season?
That would be so embarrassing for him.
I mean,
but what's Todd Bowles going to do? He has to win games, right?
Exactly. I mean, right now, as Dan said, they just dropped 2. Who did they beat? They beat the Dallas Cowboys after an injured Dak. You want to know something? Dan and I, no, this is my own team. Put the team that lost to Tampa Bay out on the field. Dan and I could have went out and done the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dallas Cowboys have looked better now. Who cares? We're 3-1. Yippee yahoo. Whatever. This is no longer about Tom Brady wanting to win rings. I don't think he can give it up. But the play, the excitement.
I don't, but that's crazy to think about. He's nuts if that's the case.
I mean, throughout his career, he had the.
Does he like having the adrenaline of getting hit or sacked to a point where he has to take a maintenance day? Mark, he's taking a day off per week.
And that, I mean, yes, that's a lot to do with his age, but his 40-year-old body gets hit. It's like getting hit 10 times at 10 years younger. So I don't get it. I don't,
I'm just afraid of his, and I'm genuinely concerned about Tom Brady. I really am. And in ways I've never been before. I'm concerned for his body. Tom Brady is one of those people that's like, I'm going to take care of my body, whatever. I'm going to go on these weird plant-based diets and, have my own trainer do all to stay in shape. He does everything to make sure his body is safe. Right now, he's putting his body in more danger than it really has to be at the age he is. Like, can you imagine Tom Brady in his 50s being like a stiff?
Well, unfortunately, here's who we're gonna have to look. I mean, his injury wise over his career has not been substantial. He had the torn ACL
Thank
in the
goodness.
mid 2000s. I believe he's suffered a concussion once or twice, and I know he's had a problem with his shoulder. So he's been kind of lucky throughout his career, injury wise.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he is not going to suffer later in life because of the play.
Yeah.
I mean, to put somebody on a board, if you look at me, 44 years old, I'm about to have my 15th spine surgery to repair my spine. I have 2 bad knees, 2 bad ankles, a bad shoulder, all from playing sports. I never played a pro sport. I never got hit at the pro level.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot more when you get hit. I don't care how much padding you have on.
I like to describe you as like the wannabe Thurman Munson type of thing.
Oh, you couldn't have hit that better on the head if you tried.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is as old as me, is 44 years old.
Right.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, dude.
You can't tell me that you don't wake up in the morning and you are not looking over and saying, yeah, I married that shit. Okay? That would be me. I'd be like, yeah, I'm married to this. Why am I going out and trying to get rid of it?
Even the other day, he was talking in an interview or article, whatever. He was talking about how he was watching his son play high school sports. And he's like, I don't care about my son doing well. I just care that he's going out there having fun. You got to have more of those moments outside of football.
Exactly.
Be there for your family. That's, yeah. But he wants to be a pro player. I'm sure he's trying to break a record for.
I'm sure there's
how long he can.
I don't know which one is. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of that he could break. But Dan brought up a point: is what is he going to be like in his 50s? And I look at I look at athletes. Now, you take Muhammad Ali, probably one of the greatest athletes in America's history. But from all the hits he took to the head, he developed so many problems that he could bear. I mean, Parkinson's was one, severe brain damage to the point where he could barely speak. Sports takes a hit on your body.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I'm thinking about, based on his actions on the field when he doesn't do well, the biggest thing I have is the head injury. That's the thing that scares me with him.
I mean,
if he's having those reactions now, imagine when he's done playing. And
I mean, what does a professional football player have to look forward to after sports? Yes, you got the broadcasting gig and all that. Yeah, and Tom Brady, the way he's going, he's not going to have a family to go home to. But most athletes after sports look for the broadcasting job or try to go to coaching youth or what that. Mm-hmm. If Tom Brady can't walk 5 feet without shaking, or let's face it, all the cartilage in the knees and everything's going to be destroyed and swollen. He'll be lucky if he's not in a wheelchair by the time he's 55.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of these guys. I mean, not all of them. A lot of them who allow their body to take the brunt of hits and get nailed live their life in a wheelchair now. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah. And I'm sure people are thinking, we're over-exaggerating. No, we're not over-exaggerating.
We're not over-exaggerating. Let's take football.
It's a violent sport,
Football has one of the worst diseases named after, basically created by football, in CTE, which is a brain, I want to put it right, brain malfunction, brain disease from multiple concussions and swelling and all that,
Well,
and brain bleeds.
even just hits to any part of your body.
Yeah.
Your head moves in a way that's not normal.
And not intended.
You know, that's how you get these brain injuries.
And you know, when I look at the mess that was made of Tua, and this, I mean, can you imagine we had Mike Rifkin on right now? For those of you who don't know, because we are doing a baseball podcast technically, but we are doing our SIP2 as well, our Sports Insanity podcast.
Yeah.
Tua, yeah, I can't do the last name. I'm not going to butcher it. Tua, the quarterback for the Miami.
Tagovailoa.
Thank you. I can never do it. The Dolphins were facing off against the Bills, and he got hit hard, and he wasn't even walking straight when he got up. His own players had to, and he came back out into the game. He quote unquote went
he
into
fell
the
to the ground.
and got cleared.
He fell to the ground.
Yes, and then he got cleared. But what's the worst thing? He comes in and starts next week, and he doesn't get hit in the head. He gets thrown down hard enough that his head hit the ground, and you could see he didn't know where he was.
He was dazed, and but the scariest part is that his arms and his fingers
Seized up. And anybody will tell you that if you see that, that's a brain injury.
Yeah.
That is a reaction to a brain injury. And they now have, you have Teddy Bridgewater starting, and they're already talking about he could be ready to go in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me?
No.
This is a joke.
Well, whoever the new independent doctors are going to be for the NFL concussion protocol and all that stuff, you have, if I'm the NFL, the new doctors or doctor, I don't know how they're going to go about it. Whoever this new deal that they came to, they have to keep an eye on Tua because they messed that up big time.
Oh, absolutely.
The Dolphins and the NFL. So they have to keep an eye on that. I would not send him back until he is absolutely 100%. Concussions take long.
I know, yeah.
To clear up. So, like, even if he's still a little dazed, don't even try it.
No.
It's not worth it, man.
No, it's not. I mean, the independent neurologist who was working for the Miami organization was let go immediately. It didn't take long. He was fired, and with just cause. In other words, this guy's medical days are over. He won't be practicing in the United States because. But you look at all these players who have suffered concussions over the years that we have seen. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, I think Daniel Jones had the same thing last year where he had stumbled and couldn't stand up. Watching this was sickening.
Yeah.
We know it's a part of the game. It happens.
Yeah.
But the moment he was like that, he should have been pulled from the game immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah.
So we know there will be. We know that the CBA is up for the NFL this season. We do know after the season that a new CBA will be formed, and it's already said that the players' organization and the NFL are already close. So that's
the one thing that has to be straightened out. It's not quite straightened out yet, but this concussion thing,
yes,
straightened out. And honestly, I'm going to be real here. I want the federal government to get involved in this.
Could they though?
You know,
how could the?
I'm just saying, independent wise, or like
okay,
investigations and all that stuff. I'm not talking about like laws and stuff. No.
Okay.
I'm not. NFL is a private business. They can do whatever they want. But can we have investigations to see? Because I'm sure Tua is not the only one that got cleared and went back in, and then bullshit happened.
I mean, think it was Rifton who texted me and said, dude, you got to see what happened to Tua. And it just came right up on the TV the moment they showed it. And I'm like, and then they said Tua's still in. I said, what? Go Canna. This is the 13th pitch in the at-bat. Jesus. 11. Sorry, number 11.
He's holding on. He's holding on.
Yeah. Hey, keep racking up those pitches on Darvish.
Yep.
Yeah. One thing, going back to our baseball here, Mark Canha has been one of the best free agents signed this season. What a value they got out of him.
He's good.
Yeah, great trade. And they also now have him for another year, which is great. Oy.
Well, not a best way, but
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's a win in any at bat. I mean, look, I understand he popped out, but he stayed alive for 12 pitches.
Yeah.
Not easy. Okay. Right here, Jake Cronenworth needs to be out of that area. That's the shortstop's call the whole way.
How many more fielding issues are the Padres going to have?
I don't know. Why do we keep watching Joey Cora? Is he sending tips in? I don't think so.
I don't know what's going on, man. He's a terrible manager anyway.
Unless he's going to come out and take at bats, I don't care. Joey Cora is in the stands just as much as I wouldn't care if Joe Biden was in the stands.
Why are you going down to the mound? He's in a rhythm. In any case.
Well, I would say probably right now this is to get somebody up.
Is it? Yeah, that.
In the bottom of the seventh, 90 pitches. This is it for him.
They're either stalling or they're trying to figure out a way to get Escobar because he already
right. And also, you made the call. If the Mets don't get to the bullpen before the seventh inning, they're in trouble. And you're right, because the Padres' back end of that bullpen is a solid bullpen.
Yeah. So, any chance at this point for the Mets to? I mean, baseball's a weird sport, so there's always
something that can happen, especially with the DH.
But I'm going to be real here. The Mets bats have been lackluster tonight.
Yeah,
they're hitting, they're making wood, but man, it's been dreadful. Like and hats off to Darvish. Noah's calling a good game at catcher.
Absolutely. But you could also see Darvish is getting tired because his pitch speed is down greatly.
He's lingering around more, like sort of that. So
yeah. So that call out to the bullpen was most likely a little bit of a stall tactic, even though the umpires do have a better control over it. Yeah. It's still an allowed stall tactic, and you can see Darvish all over the place.
I wonder how that's going to get affected with the rule changes next season. Like how much of that can they actually do?
See, that's a good topic to bring up. Going into next season, we do have a couple of things that are being tried out. As of right now, the minor leagues will be trying out
that bullpen's empty.
Pitch clock.
Yeah.
The pitch clock will be, mind you, it's not like a lot.
Suarez in the bullpen.
Yeah. Figured it would be him at least. It's not like the average pitcher takes a minute or two to throw a pitch.
Yeah.
However, they're saying that they want to try to keep the speed of the game more fluid. They want more fluid to keep it moving.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Where's that going?
Oh, there we go. Again, Soto with that arm still. It's still unbelievable.
Escobar, quietly have a good night.
Quietly a good night. I mean, the home run over left center, now a nice double over the head of Soto, and that's it for Darvish.
What's wrong?
Wait a second.
Is he hurt?
We're calling out the trainer?
Is he hurt? Oh, no way.
Well, the umpire's out there, so that means it can't be a stall tactic.
He's hurt.
Something happened.
Is it a shoulder? Is it an arm?
That's what somebody motioned about the shoulder. And he's saying he's going to stay out.
I'm gonna say, oh,
What the hell?
Mark,
Why aren't the Padres pulling him?
this is the time now.
Pull him.
This is the time now. Let me see.
That's it.
There.
There. Oh, come on.
Each
favorite. Oh, wait.
That's easy. That easily could have been
Favoring
a
that
home run.
shoulder.
That hung.
Yeah.
That hung. That pitch.
Are you?
No, get him out.
Get him out. Come on.
No. Come on.
Come on. Enough is enough. Look,
He did
as a
his
baseball
job.
fan,
He did his job.
yes. He pitched 6 1/3 innings, gave up 1 run and 7 hits. You
He's
can't
done.
ask more.
He's done. Come on.
Pull you Darvish.
You're gonna
I don't think he
need
can
him at the
throw.
plate. You're gonna need him. So
Yep.
come on.
And Suarez,
Suarez could finish his warm-ups
yeah.
on the field. Come on.
This is the
I think they're
point
crazy.
where the
They're
umpires
crazy.
have to get control of it because
I know this is probably another one of those stall tactics, but this is a dangerous stall tactic because
and they're going to let him pitch.
again, stall tactic, but this is dangerous because what if he hurts his arm again?
The most devastating thing that can happen right now, besides him getting injured, is a single by Luis Guillorme to get a run in on the board. Because, I'm sorry, he's pitched a great game. Why risk this guy's health on any other point? He is almost at 100 pitches. He's laboring. It's barely above 82 miles an hour. When he was throwing mid-90s, there's something with that shoulder. Whether it's just fatigue, but even the catcher noticed something was wrong.
No, that shit's hanging.
Oh.
But
you can still.
You're lucky Guillorme swung like a moron.
Yeah, you can still throw a curveball like that, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes away a lot of what. Look at this rotation on that ball. Jesus.
he milled like an idiot.
Yeah, he was out in front.
Look at that fat ass.
67 miles an hour.
That's a slow ass curve.
It's still not the slowest pitch thrown this year.
Yeah,
as your boy Higgy hit a 38 mile an hour ball out of the park. The Mets need a run here.
Get another run.
Foul ball.
What a perfect person to do it.
Well, it's Brandon Nimmo has been electrical. He's had a triple. He's been swinging the bat very well. 274 for your leadoff hitter with over I think it's, hold on. I don't want to be too wrong. I think he had a 330, no, not 330, a 350 or better on base percentage.
Mm-hmm.
He was constantly on base, which is always good. And he deserves a huge contract. Now, I'm not talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, but I'm not talking as low as Ozzie Albies. I kind of think Ozzie Albies got the short hand of the stick on that contract, even though it's 7 years. I say Brandon Nimmo easily can command a 5-year, $80 million contract. It's not overpaying.
I go a tad less than that, but definitely see like a 5-year contract. He's missing.
He's all over the place. And why take a risk of putting runners on or giving up a hit here? I understand 7-1.
Well,
Like
you can tell there's definitely fatigue because he's lingering more. So there's definitely some fatigue going out there for him.
this is pitch 101 for him.
Yeah.
Mind you, his strike to ball count is unbelievable. 71-29. I mean, to throw, that's just disgusting. And not in the bad way. Damn, if I would have taken the Mariners today with that spread, shit. All right, so next game is not until tomorrow night. Oh, come on, just hit a home run and then they can pull you.
No,
Pop them up,
again. Okay, well,
and that's it. That should be it for Darvish.
That definitely ends his night.
Yeah.
What an outstanding performance
Absolutely.
by you, Darvish.
But now comes the question. I mean, look, that was a sick curveball. The question becomes, is it an injury? And if it is, how long until we're going to really know about it?
Part of me feels like it was more of a stall. I think he was a little hurt for sure. And there was some fatigue. It was more of a stall, but he got out of the inning. So
He got out of the inning.
Doesn't matter. Now, if he is hurt, we won't know about it because you Darvish did his job. So it's not going to matter.
Okay.
Especially if the Padres end up losing the series. It's not going to matter.
I look at teams right now. I look at the two teams who have the buys. And if I'm the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Atlanta Braves right now, I'm smiling ear to ear.
Yeah.
Because the winner of this series goes on to face the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers want to face the Mets. I think they'd be more uncomfortable than facing the Padres. Atlanta, I mean, look, anything can happen between St. Louis and Philadelphia, but it'd be Atlanta's dream if Philadelphia's there and not St. Louis.
Yeah, if you're the Braves, you definitely want the Phillies. You saw them all year. You've seen them all year, so it's easier. And you just want to ride your way to at least the championship series, where I still think it's gonna be Dodgers, Braves.
I mean, if it goes by the way things happen, Dan's not wrong. That's the way it should be.
That's gonna be some rematch.
Whether it's Dodger Braves or it can't be Dodger Mets. Whether it's Dodger Braves or Atlanta Mets, it's going to be an amazing ALCS. And I'll tell you right now, I don't want to be against the Braves because the Braves play the Mets just that well.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to the World Series, go through Chavez Ravine. Absolutely.
Now, taking a look at our other side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the league, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We got Seattle beating up. I don't even know if you really want to call it beating up. It was only 4-0. But Seattle, I mean, has been, since the brawl with the Angels, has been one of the hottest teams in baseball all season.
Yeah.
I mean, could we see an underdog go to the World Series here? So you got Seattle. I mean, you got Houston and the Yankees both with the week off. You got Cleveland, you got Seattle, you got Tampa, and you got the hell's the other goddamn team? Have you ever just drawn a blank, ladies and gentlemen? I just did. Who did Seattle beat? 4-0.
The Blue Jays.
Thank you. beat the Blue Jays. All the teams that lost today were all predicted to go very far into the playoffs. Mind you, they all might have lost today. Doesn't mean they're out. They're not out of it. The one game and done is not how this works. It's a 3-game series. However, one game means you're one game closer to being eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's for these teams who have these home field advantages, the Mets and stuff like that, not to take prime advantage of it tonight as we know, the game isn't over. Anything can happen in 2 innings.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to play statistically wise, it's not in your favor.
Right.
And of course, I say bad things about Josh Bell, and he has a great night tonight.
Yeah, can you believe that? But I mean, but can we blame ourselves that he has not had a good second half of the season?
No, I mean that was a clean swing if I had ever seen it.
But But see, it's a game like this that, if you really want to get hot, this is the good time to do it.
Well, yeah. Look, they know they've gotten past Scherzer, but they know they still have to face DeGrom tomorrow.
Yeah. And DeGrom, he needs to bounce back big time. I don't
Well,
want to hear,
he's got to come
I
out
don't
and
want to
pitch
hear
7
anything about
shutout innings.
blisters. I want to hear anything about blisters. Sorry.
The third game becomes now. Let's go on the assumption that San Diego is going to win tonight. Mets win tomorrow.
Yep.
The question is, you have 4 starting eligible pitchers. Of the 2, I would start. Obviously, Chris Bassett has to be your big top name. Carrasco, I like the idea, but you want to know who I would throw in there? Trevor Williams.
Okay. Question for you. Buck never does this. Can we see a bullpen game for game 3? If you're not confident in one of your starters.
The question is who. I mean, you would have to figure then Lugo would get the start. But Lugo, it's technical. Lugo and Miguel are your 2 long men out of the pen.
What if you go bullpen, but you start with a starter? So you're
Okay.
asking-
So
you're
let's
asking
start
someone like-
off with Carrasco.
Yes. So you
Started with Carrasco, 3
start
innings.
with Carrasco or Bassett.
Okay, let's
You
call
have him
it
go a couple
3 innings.
And then you have, again, either Bassett or Carrasco go another 3 innings. And then you have your Lugo go your long. However,
And that's a very distinct possibility.
Yeah.
If
I don't know if Buck has the guts to do that. I think he's
well,
gonna
I think he has the trust in the rotation. I mean, the trust in the pitchers to do it. It's just not his style.
I know, and that's why, but that would take major guts to do that.
Well, you throw out, I mean, the 2 pitchers that would go would probably be Bassett and Carrasco would be your 3 and 3 innings, would be your 2 3 innings guys. Doing that is not a bad thing because if you win going into that Tuesday game, you possibly can have who Scherzer only threw 70 pitches, so he could be ready to go Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So you have Scherzer start off, and then that Wednesday game, you throw either someone like Peterson or you let Miguel get the start or Carrasco, and then you have DeGrom ready to go the third game.
Gil for game 2, I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's how I would do it, but I'm not the manager, nor am I in the organization.
Yeah.
In case Cohen, you're watching, and we know you are, we'd be perfect. Dan and me are your new announcers next to Gary and them. We'll go on our own radio station and call games for you in the rain with electronics. We'll do it. We'll be out on the field. We'll do the podcast from the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. The Sports Insanity Network, the New York Mets brings you the Sports Insanity Network. A combination of Bill Patch, me, and Dan, and Rifkin. What a 5 that would be.
Excuse me. I have a stress ball I'm playing with.
Why? The Yankees aren't playing.
I know.
That
The Mets have a loyal fan base.
we do. All right, so we got Mariners, Blue Jays at 4. Then wait a second. The Mariners and the Blue Jays play at 4.
So the Cardinals are like at 8 something.
Oh,
And then the early game is the Guardians Rays.
see, that's a good series to watch, the Guardians Rays, because I think that's going to go to a 3-game series.
See, I think so too, but I don't know. It was close today.
2-1. Shane
By the
Bieber
way-
pitched a great game.
By the way, tip my cap to Shane Bieber. What a way to kill the Rays today.
And also to the man who's been doing it pretty much a lot on his own, Jose Ramirez, with the 2-run home run.
Yeah, that was a big shot. Especially
I mean, that was
after-
the only 2 runs they scored. I
Well,
mean,
Jose Siri hit a solo shot before that. So, you were thinking, okay,
Yeah.
well, the Rays, they Shane Bieber's locked in But then Siri homers like, oh crap. Well, the Indians aren't coming. Guardians, excuse me.
Mhm.
The Guardians aren't doing much. Then Ramirez hits a home run and changes everything.
Exactly. Watching the AL Central this year, I mean, was a real treat actually, because it was a nice fight up until like the last 3 weeks between the Twins and the Guardians, even the White Sox. So, I mean, but for the White Sox to have fallen so much off was a shock. I mean, I understand you can't be in the playoffs every season, but a team with that much talent should not have finished where they did.
Yeah, and then of course now Tony La Russa, and rightfully so.
Tony, we're sorry. Jesus, balls are just hanging up. Nothing can go right for the Mets.
Yeah. Sending my best wishes over to La Russa.
Same here.
He was a good manager. Like I never had an issue with him in Chicago. It just didn't work out. The team underachieved. Then he had the health problem, so he's stepping down. But
he closed his eyes and took his head away from the ball.
Yeah,
What a lucky catch.
we're having so much fun out there.
I think he lost it in those lights. I don't think he saw it coming in.
Yeah,
All right, Pete. How about just a home run to get the crowd happy?
Yeah. But yeah, the White Sox did take a bit of a fall, which is not what you need if you're Chicago. You're trying to build a good team, build good culture over there. That's not what you want to happen.
No, I mean, and the White. Damn it, the White Sox, are not short of talent by any means.
That's a good team.
I mean, losing Tim Anderson for the last month of the season didn't help, but they're still, between Abreu, Robert, you could just go on and on. They have the players. It just wasn't going their way this season. The team that keeps stuffing the rag in our mouth and making us all eat our words, the Houston Astros, you got to give them some credit and facing off all the adversity all season over the last 3 years for the cheating scandal and for the cheating scandal, and we've talked so much about it. I think the Astros have pretty much shut everybody up.
Yeah.
And proved they've done it on natural talent between Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, the shortest man in baseball.
And a traditional manager.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes. Look, I think all of us are pretty much can say we all want Dusty to get a ring.
Why not?
Yeah, we all want Dusty to get a ring.
He's a great ambassador to the sport. We all love Dusty Baker.
Yes.
But
Yordan Alvarez, I can't say enough amazing things about this kid.
He's good.
I mean, burst onto the scene. Didn't gradually. He burst onto the scene, has put up massive years. I mean, just look at this year alone. I mean, obviously, when you look at the AL MVP, right? Two names that are stand up there are Judge and Alvarez. I mean, if you look at their stats, obviously the big thing is Aaron Judge's 62 home runs and 100 plus RBIs, and the fact that the Yankees won the division. But so did the Astros. But you can't put Yordan Alvarez at 62 home runs. The man only hit about 38 or 39. I mean, come on. He's still one of the best all-around players in baseball.
For how he's built, he's a toothpick.
He is, and how far he can hit the ball.
He's a toothpick, but he can rake, man.
He's got a pure swing.
Like he's an incredible talent. Like he scares me every time the Yankees face him. He scares me, Alvarez.
Anytime the man swings the bat, I close my eyes because it's very possible then anything he does is going to leave the park. But let's say the impossible happens, God, and it's neither Atlanta nor the Dodgers or the Mets who make the World Series, which would gut my heart out. Who in the AL, mind you, we're only in the wild card. Who is going to take it? Now, Dan, I know your loyalties to the Yankees, so I understand it. But let's just be stupid about it. Let's just put the Twins in the Yankees position, just so we can make it a non-bias. And we're going to forget about the Twins. Just ignore the Twins. Of the teams that are in the playoffs now, who has the best shot besides the Twins to make the playoffs? I make the World Series.
Who has a good shot?
Who's the best shot?
The best shot. Minus New York, minus the Astros. We know they're going to make the World Series. I would say Seattle.
Okay.
They have a good pitching staff. Their hitting is good. I mean, they beat the Blue Jays. I just think that Seattle's hungry. On top of the just having great talent on their team, they're hungry. You know they want this for Seattle. Seattle has not sniffed the postseason since 2001. So you know they want something out of this postseason. So they're hungry.
And I mean, we look at Seattle, and I mean, obviously there's been a lot of contributors all over that team, except for Jared Kelenic, who batted 140 and then was sent down again. But you have to look at the rookie Julio Rodriguez.
He's tremendous.
And what this kid has done.
Yeah.
Has there ever, I mean, besides Ken Griffey Jr. and Alex Rodriguez, has there ever been a more exciting kid in his first year than those three?
Well, Ichiro.
Oh, God, forgot about Ichiro. All right, throw out, no Ichiro. No Ichiro. Forgot about Ichiro. Sorry.
I mean, if we're going to go outside the hitting.
Those four.
Edwin Diaz was actually pretty exciting.
Okay. All right. I mean, when you look at this Mariners team, yes, they have some players who can absolutely murder the ball, but their defense has been spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Their pitching has been great, as proven today, beating the absolutely loaded lineup of the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow, those were two of the saddest fans I've ever seen. Next to the kid,
and they're repping the Puerto Rican booze.
And I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that kid in the NCAA tournament who breaks down and crying was the saddest stand I think I've ever seen in my life. But I like the teams that are in the playoffs this year.
This is a good bunch.
Yes, you have the usuals. You have a couple of the usuals.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of the unusuals.
Yeah. And you also have more stars in Soto's involved. Involved. Julio Rodriguez, rookie, going to be a fantastic baseball player.
And you look at the Toronto team alone.
I feel horrible for Fernando Tatis that he's not involved. His own doing, his fault.
Yes.
So, this is what the way this playoff format was made. It was made for players like Tatis.
To have those 3-game series.
Yeah.
To absolutely break out. And, oh, God, I guess we got Duck Dynasty there tonight, too.
Exactly.
Absolutely break out and do things on the field that, they got him. Pickle!
Yeah, it's too many.
Oh, he dropped the ball! Lucky.
He got it.
Lucky.
Well, does he go to second base? He went to second base. Okay.
Yeah, he moved up.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I got worried for a second.
Yeah, so did I.
But the playoffs, and this is what kills me about the Angels not being in it too. because Trout would love this playoff field if he was involved. Shohei would love this playoff field. For the White Sox,
My
Abreu would love it. Anderson would love it. They've sniffed it already. So,
something on you just said, something that just really just opened my eyes, even though we already knew it happened. But Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Noah Syndergaard, that entire team that, mind you, yes, saw Trout out for a third of the season, if not a little bit more. Rendon, obviously, that contract is the worst contract in baseball and was out, by the second week of baseball?
brutal.
How is a team still built, even with those two things, not in the playoffs?
Yeah. Like you would think the expanded field would benefit that. It doesn't.
It doesn't. It makes it more exciting.
Yeah. And again, it does in a sense. Like I said, there's more stars than they were last year for sure in the playoffs. So it's working. It's definitely working. But the teams that we want to be in there are not living up to their standards.
No.
They're not living up to what they said they were going to be. That's the problem. And that could be managing, front office wise. I know the Angels re-upped with Phil Nevin, which I think is a good move.
Yes.
But yeah, man, it's tough. It really is tough.
I mean, we know Shohei signed for 1 year, $30 million for next season.
That's a lot of money for Shohei.
At this point, it's just.
But they want to lock him up.
Well, I mean, pretty much if they don't do that, he's going somewhere else anyway.
Yeah.
Where he would have gone, who knows? There's a plethora of teams that could have, made a run at him. But you have to think, yes, he signed for 1 year, $30 million. So no team can now talk to him besides the Angels. You have to think in the offseason, they're going to work towards an extension that's going to lock him up for as long as he can.
The deal that Shohei signed was to avoid arbitration. So that's a step in the right direction.
Right.
Not to go through the courts or anything. But now comes the big part, which is getting him under contract.
So we saw what they gave Trout at 10 years, $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen what Lindor got at $314 million, Garrett Cole $330. We know that Pete Alonso is going to be up there when he gets his contract.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is obviously going to be very close with Ohtani. What is going to be the overall number? I just if you had to take a stab.
Judge is going to field offers from both New York teams, San Francisco, St. Louis. Those are the teams that I know for sure are going to have to go after him.
The question is, what's the number?
It depends on what Cohen offers.
See,
because
nobody knows who Dan's talking about. We're talking about Daddy Warbucks in the Mets organization, who does not care.
Because that's the base. Where the Yankees aren't going to offer, they're going to offer probably the lowest amount possible. Whatever Cohen offers, that's what teams are going to be chasing.
Damn it. That's one. 2 outs left until
disaster.
The disappointment happens. That pitch alone, that one that they just re-showed of Alonso taking down the middle, let me tell you, that took balls by Darvish to throw.
Yeah. It pretty much set the tone for the night. The Mets had to make adjustments. They didn't make the right adjustments.
They also have to be more aggressive at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the beginning of the game, the way they were aggressive on the base pass, I thought that was going to be the plan with Lindor and Marte stealing 3 bases in the first inning.
Ugh. 1 for 11.
1 for 11. That's Yankee numbers.
Runners on base. And I think Steve Gelb's put out there that they're 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
I mean, this has just been this has been an Atlanta series game for the New York Mets. It didn't help that Max Scherzer got tagged. And I mean, tagged is not even the word. I'm going to call it what it was. He got spanked.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's not quite obliterated, but it's enough to be like he got smacked around.
Yeah. Whether his fastball was up or whatever, it doesn't matter.
He was
because the Padres tagged it.
Yeah. He missed every single pitch.
Yeah. Anything that he threw that was a strike during the year was definitely less intimidating. He's going to get there. He's there. Okay, here we go. Comeback started.
Another quiet night for a Met player. Marte's 2 for 4.
2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases.
Yeah.
What the record for stolen bases in a playoff game is? Out of curiosity, I know it has to be more than 2, or we would have heard that already. Yeah. And I'm sure it was set by Ricky Henderson at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, Marte's stolen bases giving me Maury Wills vibes. Byrie, rest in peace.
You know who I miss watching steal bases? Roger Cedeno. When he was with the Mets in the beginning of the 2000s. Man, that was a guy with speed. Didn't hit a lot, but he got on base. You can guarantee 2 bags were taken. Okay, Mark, just base hit. All we got to do is just do the Bugs Bunny version of baseball right now. Dot, 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 hit. Dot, 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 hit. And just keep going around the bases. Get 7 runs in and let's call it a night. Yeah. Oh, God. After this, I am going to bed.
Yeah.
God knows I need it.
You need a rest day. You need to take that.
Yes. We have Charlotte's friends coming over tomorrow for a late birthday celebration. So a lot of kids will be here tomorrow. And then back in for the Mets game. So I'll be listening to checking in on games throughout the day, but the Mets game I will be able to see.
I'll be working. So,
but you work at a sports station. You're gonna have the games all around you. I'll call Dan. Dan will be like, "Hold on, let me check screen number 18." Hold on, there it is.
Yeah. You should see inside my controller the high fly ball.
Caught. That's 2.
Tags.
That's 2. I can't say the Mets players haven't hit the ball hard.
No, they're putting the wood is there. It's just it's not going their way.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. The probability of the Mets scoring 8 runs with 2 outs and in the bottom of the 9th, I think are less than me scoring a date with Heidi Klum. Let me rephrase that. Are more than me scoring a date with Heidi Klum.
Yeah. There's no chance. But let's see.
I mean, statistically, it's impossible.
It only takes one at bat if you really think about it. Rally to bat.
Hey, and we got the Padrino up, so come on. That's all. Jesus Christ.
It's a nice cut by.
That was a nice cut, but jeez, what a pitch. He's got a good bat, but I mean, that was straight fire thrown down.
Yeah, I think Garcia has the stuff tonight. All the Padre pitchers, man.
Darvish pitched probably one of the best games I've seen in a playoff wild card round in a long time.
Want a confidence booster? 1 strike away.
Until the tear starts falling down slowly. Yeah. But it's only 1 game. If it happens tomorrow night, yeah, there are going to be some broken things in my house. Not anything that's electronic. I am not crazy enough to break my TV. Maybe break a cup or something, take the bat, hit my pillows a few times. Go to the gun range early Sunday morning. Shoot at a target. All right, little lady, I'm going to give you a tip. Don't piss off New York fans, even though you're rooting for your team. It's like being a Boston Red Sox at a Yankee pen. You just don't do it. Hey, ball, hey, keep it alive. Keep it alive. Make them throw. I mean, we're delaying the inevitable, but it works for me. I have to guess they paid at least $5,000 a seat for where they're sitting, so at least they're getting a good show. Official tally is 52,000 at the game tonight. That is beyond sold out. Foul ball at 101 miles an hour, too.
One more strike, and Billy and Tony are in the New York state of mind.
Come on. Let's keep it going.
It's always been a depressing song to listen after Met losses.
All right. Stays alive. Stays alive.
Okay, Escobar.
Come on. Come on. Oh, God. Now I'm even nauseous.
Haters just walking around.
It's just getting warm just in case. Stretching.
So annoying.
Oh. Oh.
Hey,
I'll
like I
take
said,
it. That
like
was
I
close
said,
to take.
it takes one at bat,
Yep, that was close to take.
but he took and
He took it. It was a ball.
Yeah,
It was a ball.
clearly.
But I'm just saying that was close to take. Shane Bieber, final line: 7 2/3, 3 hits, 8 Ks. What a game!
It was magnificent.
And a name we have not heard much throughout the season, and he had a great season. They're going to go to Hader for. They're going to go to Hader to pitch to Alvarez. I don't understand. I don't understand bringing him in if they do. Maybe he's just going out to talk on how to pitch to him. But why even consider bringing Josh Hader in?
Yeah.
When you have a 6-run lead.
Yeah.
If Alvarez hits a 3-run home run, then yeah, you have reason to bring somebody in.
All right, big boy.
What is it with these friggin' Mardi Gras masks? Is it Mardi Gras night?
I have no idea.
The hell?
They're having a ball out in those center field seats, man.
I mean, it's understandable to have a good time, but I don't understand. I mean, it doesn't say Mets. I mean, unless look at that. 19.06 ERA in August.
Yeah, massive difference from September and October.
Right. They're letting the kid get a big bat in the playoffs. It's nice.
Let's go, fat ass. Hit a home run.
Not on that pitch, he isn't. He puts him on here. You'll see Hader come in.
You got to protect that lead.
You know what they're saying right now? God damn it. Sorry, YouTube, bad language. When you get the letter from the FCC, I'll write it back.
They ain't worried about it, but YouTube has its own police, so.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't take us down when I say that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we love the police.
Please. Yes.
Please, yes.
1-1-2.
Come on.
Friends.
Come on, kid. Let's show why you're the future catcher of New York. All right, the future hitting catcher of New York. Low and away. Oh, he did not break.
He went.
It's close. At this angle, yeah, he broke the plane, but that's close. Camera view, yes, you're right. He did. Strike three.
Beautiful pitch. Oh my God. All right.
All right. Well,
Padres take game one. They're one win away from moving on to the division series.
to face off against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I hope you have enjoyed this live broadcast by the Sports Insanity Network. Dan, we do a lot of work on Twitter, and you are our Twitter handler. Where can they find us on the Twitter?
So Twitter is at SInsanityReal. Find us there on Twitter and Facebook at SInsanityReal. We talk about all of our podcasts and blogs and all that. So please stay in touch with us.
And if you're looking, sorry, go ahead, Dan. Sorry, I cut you off. I screwed it up.
It's fine. And of course, just be sure to stay tuned to the podcast as well, Sports Things Podcast.
Yeah. Come and view us at www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com for all the great vlogs and blogs. We are getting bigger. We are getting better. And this is just the ending of one sport and the beginning of three more. Stay tuned for the Sunday Sideline Report this coming Sunday.
Yep.
And for all of you out there, in the words of Mike Rifkin, namaste. And in Patchy's words, don't forget to say goodnight to your mama, because your mama loves you, and your papa too. And Dan's signature, peace, love, and fried chicken. And for me, I am Mark Oldopsik. I help him with the Vice President, Danny Boy Reginald, hoping you have a great night. And thank you for spending 3 hours with us.